Hello, 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 everybody. Hey, babe.
Hi.
Hold on, babe. You're a little bit low.
Turn my headphones up, please.
There you go.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We've been off for a couple of weeks because we were going through some stuff. Nothing major. Just, you know, but the time changed. We just got tired. You gotta understand, people were over 50. But anyway,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Speak for yourself.
okay, baby.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, welcome to another episode of Melanated Thought, where we talk about things that affect our community because it's very important. Because ain't nobody else gonna do it but us. I'm Reggie O,
And I am Mimi the
and
lady.
what a lovely lady she is.
Bomb chicka wow wow.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, should I tell them how I came about this subject?
Absolutely.
Okay, I was on Twitter.
X.
Well, it's called X now. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right, babe. It's called X now. I was on X, and there was this picture of Steph Curry's wife. I forget her name.
Aisha.
Yeah, and had their children with them. And somebody asked one of the dumbest questions anybody could ever ask. They asked the question, "Why do all the kids look like Steph?" Now, the person that responded to that question pretty much responded the way I would have responded, in a very sarcastic and smart ass way. They said that's what happens when all of your kids have the same daddy.
Mm.
Now, as funny as that is, it's the truth. So, but
Sometimes.
well, for the most part, it's not, because you're going to have some children like the mama, some children like the daddy.
Right.
But it can happen that all the children is going to look like the father. It can happen.
Mm-hmm.
Case in point, one of my heroes, Malcolm X. Every single last one of his daughters look just like him.
Mm-hmm.
It happens.
I think one of them has Betty's color,
Yeah,
but her face is his.
just like
Oh my
Malcolm.
God, her
Yes,
face
look just like Malcolm,
is
just like the
his.
female version of Malcolm.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with Dr. King's children. Every
Mm-hmm.
single last one of them, boys and girls, look
Mm-hmm.
like him.
Especially Bernice.
Oh my God,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Definitely. Oh yeah, yeah, you're right.
And
Yeah.
MLK the third, look, oh man, he got the right name.
He has his mom's color,
Uh huh.
but he looked just like MLK.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But Dexter too. But anyway, that's why I did this show, called the show The Black Family, because I want. I'm just going to give a few opinions, and my wife is as well, about um, is this kind of behavior, this kind of questioning, the norm now.
Mm. Hmm.
So I definitely want to give my wife's opinion on that, because I can go ahead and say all of her siblings are by both parents. Uh,
Absolutely. And none
whereas
of us look alike.
and none of them look alike, but still, I'm just saying they have
You know
features and
what?
whatnot.
Yeah, we do. Hey, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yes, we do.
Yeah,
I'm trying to be facetious. Yes, we do.
right.
Yeah, yeah. Like me and Aunt Michael have my dad nose.
Oh, no
Angela has
doubt.
my mom nose.
Uh huh.
Angela look just like my mom,
Mhm.
except she's just a lighter, a darker shade lighter. I mean, darker shade darker.
Mhm.
Yeah, and Michael looked just like my dad.
Mhm.
So all the men on my dad's side look alike. So,
Right.
and then me, I'm just a sweet combination of the two.
With your with
Right?
your sexy ass. Yeah,
Right?
buddy.
Yeah, puppy.
Yeah, buddy.
But yeah, that's a good question to have. 'Cause like I read a story not too long ago about something, but I expand later on the story that I read.
Okay. Okay. So anyway, we're going to talk about the black family and why we have this kind of questioning, which we shouldn't be having this kind of questioning, especially since both parents are present in the household.
Hmm.
On another note, how was your week, babe?
The couple of weeks we've been off has been same old, same old.
Right.
Traffic, work, church,
Hmm.
traffic, work, sneeze, traffic, work, cold, traffic, work, church, cold.
Right.
So
Right.
same old, same old. But I'm looking forward to this week because it's Thanksgiving week.
Oh yeah.
Short week.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna cook this year. I haven't really cooked. Cause we normally go, will that be north?
Yeah.
We normally go north But this time we just gonna stay home. Like I told them, I said they can come and get a plate, but it's not gonna be nothing spectacular.
Right.
Just a little something to say you had a little dressing.
Well,
But I'll be looking for the time. Like I just need some time. I just need to get around here and do some stuff and just need some time. I might not do nothing like I normally do.
right.
But I just need some time, just rejuvenate. Cause honestly,
It's
I know a lot
going
of
on.
people say this, but this year went by fast.
You
to
know
me.
what? It really did.
This year went by. I blinked
really
and now
did.
we're at Thanksgiving. I'm
It
like,
really
wait
did.
a minute,
It really
what?
did. I agree with you on that.
So
man.
much going on in the world.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to the short week and get ready to rejuvenate and refocus, and I guess get ready for the new year.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. So, yeah.
And how was yours, sir?
It was just another couple of weeks, man. I mean, this past week I've been flying solo dolo at work because we still have a man down, and the other one went on vacation, so I was pretty much manning the helm by myself, which ain't that big of a deal. I'm used to that. But for the most part, same old, man. You know, nothing really exciting happened. They had a pseudo Thanksgiving dinner there, and I didn't eat anything.
Yeah, we did too. And I was like, I have never seen a piece of ham so thin in my life. I said, okay. So I couldn't. I just. And
Well,
I didn't want to be rude, so my mom always said, just just open up your napkin, just lay it on top,
Right,
and then just when you get a moment, just get up and put it in the trash.
right.
And like I said, I know we got some hungry people in there, but I'm just not accustomed. I'm not gonna force myself to eat anything because
Yeah.
I was like, no.
Nah, it's one thing to be courteous, and when the ham is that damn thin, till if you sneeze on it, you'll blow a hole in it.
Right, it won't even do. It's not even a Kleenex. Kleenex. It won't even think like. I was like, what?
That's pretty sad when the
I
Kleenex
said,
is thicker than the ham. That's pretty sad right
The
there.
green beans and have nobody. So I said, salt and pepper don't hurt nobody, y'all. And then the stuff, I was like, okay.
Well,
Lord,
here-
I
Well, let me tell you the
can't.
reason why I didn't
can't.
eat at ours. It was a potluck. You can't eat everybody's cooking. Let me tell you something.
Well, they catered this. That's why I was surprised. It was catered, and it still was like, what? Okay.
Well, see,
Okay.
Yeah, I understand that.
Oh, yeah, I had a potluck. Oh,
Yeah, we had a
no.
potluck. No, I'm good. They kept on trying to get me to get a plate, and I'm like, yeah, I'll get one in a minute. Yeah, that minute never came.
Biggest
So
y'all company, y'all could have had somebody cater that.
nah. They cooked.
Y'all
They
could have had
cooked.
soul man come up the street and cater
Exactly, it's
that.
right down the street.
Right.
So yeah, but nah, they didn't do that.
Everybody can't cook. Everybody don't cook the same. Like I was talking
And
to this one
everybody
lady
ain't
at work,
clean.
and I like, so do you put? She like, oh no, I don't put that in my dressing. Isn't sage the number one thing you put in dressing?
Last time I checked,
She said she don't use. I'm like, okay, that ain't dressing. Then what you making?
that's
This
just
cornbread?
that's just wet cornbread.
So I'm like, oh god.
That's just wet
I
cornbread.
guess everybody don't cook.
That's
the
all that
same.
is, wet cornbread.
I said, well, do you put poultry seasoning? It depends. I like.
So it ain't got no flavor in it whatsoever.
So I said, well, this is an age-old question I've been seeing a lot on social media. Do you put eggs in yours or not?
Yes.
Like sometimes I do. Like once I'm finished and I get
I know
into the
you do.
consistency I do, I take eggs, beat it. This is before I bake it though, but I like
Right.
to make mine the night before, let it marinate overnight.
Yeah.
And then I still taste a little bit, make sure it ain't got too much salt or whatever.
Yeah.
And I take an egg and beat it and I pour it on top and get that beautiful brown color. I don't chop up eggs in my dressing. Now I will boil an egg or two and make it for my gravy, for my Ghibli gravy, but I don't put no chopped up eggs in dressing. Nah.
Actually, what she does, ladies and gentlemen, is use me as a crash test dummy for
Absolutely.
the saltiness.
Taste this. How about now? How about now? That's what you're here for. That is your duty as a hush band.
I suppose, but
Yes,
not that I'm
sir.
complaining, but because she
When
has.
she said that, I was like, so you don't put no, you don't put no, and you don't put, okay,
Yeah.
Like I said, I know everybody got their own taste
Yeah,
buds.
yeah.
Everybody cook things the way they want to cook, but I was like,
Well, see, yeah, I mean, hold on, let me adjust my mic a little bit. But anyway, but like I said, man, everybody has their own way of doing certain things. But that's why you don't eat everybody's potluck. And the number one reason why I don't eat everybody's potluck is because of the fact there are some nasty people out there. I have seen people, and some of the people that cooked, I have seen them go in the bathroom, take a nasty ass shit, and didn't wash nan hand. Yeah, I meant to say nan, because I'm from the South, and I'm a country boy. And I'm like, nah, I will not be eating anything that he brings in.
And I know the old adage was, can you be like, oh, they got dogs? Can you be like, a dog's mouth is cleaner than a human?
That's
Yeah,
bullshit.
but
That's
I
bullshit.
don't think they need to be in the kitchen while you cooking.
No.
Because their hair fly. Last time we had Winston on here, when Winston left,
It was dog hair
no, I
everywhere.
said, was he even over there? Because it was dog hair over there. Like, I didn't hair. He wasn't over there. It flies.
Yeah, it does. It gets
So
everywhere.
it's like, if your dog hair fly like that, it flies in the kitchen if they're
Of
in the
course it
kitchen.
does.
So.
Of course it does, man.
I'm like, no, that's okay.
But you know.
To each his own. I'm not talking about nobody. To each his own, but
Oh no, I would. I'm not trying to
Hey.
down anybody, man. But I'm just saying, man, you can't eat everybody's cooking because everybody ain't clean. You know that. You and me both know that. So, but anyway, let me go and get this music crack-a-lack. And I got a brand new one for y'all now. Brand new. I just did this one last night. Let me tell you how I came about this. Should I tell them that story too, babe?
about what?
About the music. I'm getting ready to play.
Sure. Spread the love.
Well, this song that I did, man, it's a R&B flavored joint, and it's called I call it Love Language. And I was sitting up. Well, actually, what was going on? My wife was fussing at me, as usual.
Not fussing. Expressing my love.
Okay. Anyway, she was fussing, y'all. But anyway, she was sitting up here fussing at me, and I'm sitting up here looking at this woman fuss, and I couldn't help but think about how much I love this woman. And so I'm at, my little workstation where I do my music, and I came up with this tune. I just mixed it down today.
That sound like me.
But anyway, that's how I came up with this one right here, man. So
Very
it's
nice. Very nice. Nice and smooth. Make you bob your head, close your eyes.
put that booty in the air.
I see why we got. Lord Jesus. This is a clean show. You just trying to bring it down to the devil's point.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it.
Good
I'm sorry, I
Lord.
couldn't help it. I'm sorry.
Now look how smooth that groove is. It done got tarnished now. You might as well tell him, throw that thing, put that. You might as well put that on.
No.
But now that sounds really nice. Thank you.
But
Really nice.
yeah, you inspired it. But anyway, let's get to these books real quick. Books every black person should read at least once in their lifetime. I only got 2. This one right here is pretty much the premise of the whole story. The State of the Black Family, 60 Years of Tragedies and Failures and New Initiatives Offering Hope by Mr. Robert Cherry. This is a very, very, very good book because it talks about how the U.S. government has been trying to destroy the black family since the days of slavery. And the reason why they tried to do that is because of the fact that as long as the black family is a strong unit, there's nothing that we can't accomplish as a team. So what they tried to do is during the late 60s, early 70s, they tried to split up the black family. In some cases, they were successful.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? So because once you take the man, which is the patriarch out the family, you take that warrior class out of the family, and you tell the woman flat out, you'll need a man to help you raise your child. The woman started getting emboldened. Not that there's anything wrong with that, because if a woman needs to do it by yourself, sister, by all means do it. If you have to. But if you don't have to, don't, sister. You feel me? But anyway, that's pretty much what it happened. It pretty much, and it talks about that and among other things. It's a really good read, so people need to check that out. Second book I got is called The U.S. Child Support System and the Black Family by D'Amico Booth. This one pretty much expands on the previous book. Talks about how the child welfare system is, what it does is, and for those of you, child support, not child welfare, I apologize. Talks about how the child support system, if a man doesn't pay his child support, what happens to him? He goes to jail. That's taking the black man out of the family.
Yeah.
So, and it talks about how that particular system is hell bent on destroying the black family, which it does. But anyway, good read. Those are only 2 books that I got. All right, now on to hold on. Let me find my splash screen. Bold words from a black woman. My wife came up with that one. What you got today, babe?
In lieu of, I'm pretty sure you guys know we are in the 2.5 year mark of President Biden presidency, and this is where quote unquote new candidates step up and say they want to run for presidency. Of course, we have some repeats: Trump, Christie, blah blah blah, Biden. But along the way, there has been some newcomers, and you've heard us speak on him before. Mr. Ron DeClancy. Sorry, Ron DeSantis.
There you go.
Ron DeSantis. And the reason why I want to talk about this, you put the picture up.
Hold on.
I asked Reggie O to put this
It's
picture
up.
up for me about the black church.
It's up. It's coming up.
Mr. DeClancy, Mr. DeSantis has pretty much destroyed Florida on so many levels.
Oh man.
But the one that got me, that where I want to speak about in this segment of the show, is how they're trying to eliminate. That's the word I want to use. But we have some black churches that is trying to rectify what he's trying to do. It's Black history. As of latter part of October, there was a story that I read about how the churches are stepping up in Florida after he has restricted how black history can be taught. I think this is the most asinine thing that I've ever heard in my entire life. I've been in this world for almost 52 years, proud to say.
Right.
And this has really touched my spirit because, like I said before, yes, I have attended two HBCUs.
Right.
I am a black woman. I was raised in a predominantly black family. I do a lot of things in my culture. I try to contribute financially. I try to speak on black women. I love my women. Hear me roar.
Yes, indeed.
But when I heard that they're trying to eliminate black history, which pretty much, for a lack of better words, formulated this thing we here call America.
Yes, indeed.
It hurt.
Yeah.
It hurt. And whenever we hurt, where do we go?
Black church.
We go to church. So that's why I want to talk about this. But the part that I want to read to you that's making me feel a certain type of way. This is a church that's in Florida, and they normally have, most churches do. I know my church, we have Wednesday night Bible class.
Right.
So instead of having Wednesday night Bible class, they're going to start teaching African American history.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Absolutely. So when I read this story, I just wanted to give an homage to them, but I want to read this snippet of one of the preachers, his Prieurre, Pierre, I guess. He said, AP African American history has been banned in the state, and teachers are no longer allowed to talk about anything that causes discomfort or guilt for a child. What?
Hold on.
Yeah, that part right there, I'm like, how is a child they didn't live it, so how are they discomforted? Or what is making them feel guilty? They are here now in 2023. What part is making them feel guilty? Oh, to know that your ancestors were some very mean-spirited, angry, hanging, beaten people, raping people. But that's what they did. You can't take it, but that's facts. That's not no hearsay.
Let me expand upon that. For those of you who don't know, the black church was very pivotal in the civil rights movement. It was very pivotal in the emancipation of the slaves.
Absolutely.
All right. The Underground Railroad ran through the black church. Let's just be real about the situation. Okay. So, if you listen to some of those old Negro spirituals, think about this. There's a leak in this old building.
Right.
They're talking about a church.
Yep.
That's exactly what they're talking about. They're talking about a church.
They are.
There's a leak in this old building, and so that's how pretty much how slaves would talk to each other and tell them where to go when it came to going to the Underground Railroads. They did that, and they used the quilts as maps.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Or they say follow the star.
They follow the star. Yeah. All of that. Yeah, they would do all those things, but they would mostly do it through the Negro spirituals. Like I said, there's a leak in this old building. He was talking about go to this church right here, hide out for a little while, bounce up out of there. Wade in the water. That's what that's where that comes from. So they would tell the children, nuts are going to get you in the water. Just wade in the water. Okay. So
but this part is it's asinine to me because in July of this year, Florida, the Clancy state,
Yep.
has approved a new African American history standard that teach kids, quote unquote, slaves develop skills which in some instances could be applied for their personal benefits.
Let me explain something to
I
everybody
do
out there.
not understand that.
Let me explain something to
I
everybody out
just
there.
okay.
Let me explain this real quick, y'all. Slaves didn't develop anything. They already had the skills.
They did. That's what I said. They just utilized what they had. They what they call that? They formulated it.
Yeah, they already had the skills.
And then y'all try to take it a little further by talking about getting a patent.
Yeah, they
Come
already
on
had the
now.
skills.
They already had them.
Yeah, they already knew they already knew what to do.
I just this story. It made me proud, but then again, it hurt my spirit that the church, they can't even really consider this like a curriculum because they're a church.
Right.
But the school has the rights to just pull it out and ascertain something, quote unquote, new. Slavery is not new.
No, it's not.
Black history is not new. Anything pertaining to the culture is not new. In essence, it's a better version, but in reality, it's just repetition.
Well, let me just say this real quick about
That's
that.
all it is.
Let me say this about that real quick, babe. You know, I read an article earlier before we started the show. They were asking the question, why is white America so afraid of black history? I've been saying this for years. The reason why they're so afraid of it is because the more they start talking about white history, the blacker that history gets. Okay? So that's just the way it is. And to explain on what you said earlier about how black people were treated back in the day, there used to be a time, and you can look this up, ladies and gentlemen, there was a time when black people were targeted for their ears. 12 ears would get you $200. If you got 12 black ears, they would get $200. So people will go around literally hunting black people down to cut their ears off to get the $200. Now, if you feeling guilty about that, unless you actually did it, then you got a problem. So why should we feel sorry? It's kind of like when you have a dog. Because we've had Winston over here. Winston, that's my buddy right there. If Winston did something he didn't have no business doing, what did he do?
Do it anyway.
I'm just saying, if we caught him and disciplined him, what would he do? He would look guilty as hell, wouldn't he?
He'll look sad.
Well, see, that's just it.
Mm-hmm.
That's just it. If you're looking sad for something that happened that your ancestors did, that's not my problem.
It's not. And discomfort, I don't think that was the wrong word to use.
I agree with you on that, but that's how they operate.
Well,
But anyway,
like I said, I want to shout out this church. It's Pastor Sharon Raleigh, Agape Perfecting Praise and Worship Center in Orlando. And I just want to finish reading some of the point that she made about what her and her church is going to do. She said, the black churches have long played a large role in fighting for civil rights.
exactly.
Pastor Raleigh says now devoting one Wednesday every month to teaching black history. The church is going to always be an educational institution. We teach people how to live their lives, how to raise their families, how to plan for the future.
Oh, yeah.
We teach. That's what we do. I just think that was the most powerful statement I have ever read. I think this article was so beautiful. So shout out to the black churches. I don't care what church you go to, Church of Christ, Baptist, Lutheran, Church of God in Christ, Episcopal, whatever you go to, the black church has always been the backbone of the black family.
It has been.
It's going to forever be the backbone of the black family. Like I said before, it might be doing some new stuff, but it's always repetition.
There you go.
So shout out to the black family, shout out to the black churches, and thank you for your services to these churches in Florida. And I hope this can be spread abroad so the young people that's coming up now and after me won't lose what black history has contributed to this world. Thank you.
Yeah, buddy, that was a good one, man.
Thank you.
That really was. That was a really, really good one. So, and y'all know what time it is. Hold on, let me get the music queued up. Y'all know what time it is.
And now it's time for MTP News. Thank you, comrade.
I love that.
Well, of course, we have some good ones. As always, like I said earlier, when you asked me how my week's been going, pretty much the same old
Yeah,
sugar honey iced tea.
yeah, man.
But I want to spell first off with this story that we done many weeks ago. We even had a show about it. The whoop ass in Alabama.
Ooh.
But this story is really taking me aback because I don't know if you guys have heard or not, but they are trying to file charges of assault against the black boat captain. In what lifetime, in what video did these people not see that that man literally touched him first? And I always was taught if they hit you or touch you
Whoop
first,
that ass.
you protect yourself. So how is he getting charged with assault? I just don't understand what people, and then the police captain that was who was reading the story or making us aware that the charges have been filed. He couldn't even look in the camera. He pretty much had his head down the whole time while he read off a piece of paper because he know they're wrong. They are so wrong on so many levels.
Hell yeah.
So I hopefully whatever charges they try to give to oh God, I forgot his name. The boat captain. Everybody knows the boat
Let's call
captain
him the
from
boat captain.
Alabama.
We know who he. We know who he is.
He gets off. I hope no charges come to him. I hope his record is a sponge. I hope nothing hinders this man from going forward in life because this is absolutely ridiculous.
Nah, I'm just gonna call it what it is. That's stupid. But like I
I'm sorry,
said,
Damian Pickett. That's
yeah,
his
that's
name.
him.
Damian Pickett.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say this, man. That's just the dumbest thing I've ever heard
Absolutely,
of.
like you don't have nothing else to do down there but to bring this. No, so they bring up so many frivolous cases. You be like, y'all taking this to court? Do y'all not see what we see? That's what I'm saying. I used to say for a long time, damn, that's how people do it. Pick up their phone and record. I'm glad they do now because if you didn't have it, this story could have went to several weeks in court. But since y'all have that video, it shouldn't go not even half an hour.
Let me say this real quick. I still have a problem with people recording on their phones, but in some cases it's justified.
Absolutely.
Like this one. And like I said, if you look at that video, the brother was trying to tell the people to move their boat. That's his job. Mm-hmm. Okay? And of course, white folks don't want to do shit that a black man tells them to do. And they started surrounding the boy. I mean, he's not a boy. They're surrounding the man. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you like that. I'm sorry, brother. They started surrounding that man. And once they started surrounding that man, push came to shove, literally.
Say what it is. They got their ass whooped.
And they got that work.
They got their ass
and
whooped.
they got that work.
And now they want to
simple.
press charges. Let's just keep it 100. That's what happened.
Like
they got their ass whooped on film. And they little buddies from the golf club and the country club that said, boy, did I see you get your ass whooped by a colored boy? And they got embarrassed.
Pretty much.
And now that's why they trying to bring charges against this man.
Pretty much, man. Like I said, but then again, I've always said it. White folks don't like taking an L. You remember I always say that, right? They do not like taking L's.
Well, let me say this. I'm going to leave this alone. Go ahead. Take it to trial. Go ahead.
It's way too much video out there.
Take it to trial. He'll be acquitted. He will. If he don't, I will eat my words. But there is no way you can look at that video. There are so many different angles of this from the beginning to the end, and you can clearly see he was not the aggressor.
Nope.
He was, quote unquote, doing his job.
That's exactly what he was doing.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Frivolous.
If I'm wrong, then somebody tell me I'm wrong, but
Absolutely.
I don't think I am. So, but anyway.
Moving on.
Moving right along.
Okay, the next story
It got you thinking?
Yeah, because I know I look at my boy Roland Martin. That's my boy. I don't care. A lot of people have, whatever they say about him, but that's my boy. And he did a story the other day, and also Reverend Al. Y'all know I listen to Reverend Al Sharpton. And it has been duly shown and noted that a lot of us are saying we're going to vote for Trump.
Yeah.
And this story is pretty much a parallel of that. I don't know if you guys have heard about, well, I'm pretty sure you have by now, the Central Park 5.
Yeah.
Kudos to Yusef Salam because he was one of the Central Park Five. Now this man is a New York City Council member. After 34 years after Trump called for him and his friends to face the death penalty, this man now holds an office as a city councilman. So I just want to do this story to show you, hold on, help is on the way.
Well, I got something for Mr. Trump.
Yo, mama.
I mean, because that right there just goes to show, man, that even against the odds, that black people can persevere.
Help is on the way. Yeah.
For sure.
So hopefully he can get in there and change some laws, change some things around. This story just, like I said, though I keep saying it's a bunch of sugar honey iced tea out here,
right.
There are some stories out here that
There's
make
some
you
good
like,
ones, and that's one of them.
Yes, and this is one of them.
Right.
So shout out to you, brother. I hope you can get in there, do your due diligence, don't get caught up in the masses, and just hold your office strong and proud.
Yeah, do your thing, man. I mean,
hold it strong and proud.
Yeah, do your thing. Do your people proud first and foremost. I mean, do yourself proud. Number one. Number two, do your people proud.
That's what I mean by hold the mask. Don't get caught up like Clarence.
Oh no, you don't, Uncle Ruckus. I mean Clarence Summers.
Right, don't get caught up. So just hold your office. Proud of you, brother, and kudos to you.
For sure.
Kudos to
For
you.
sure.
And here's another story. A man has been exonerated for Malcolm X murder, sues FBI for $40 million, alleging agency concealed identities of true murderers. Yeah, that's kind of like a given.
Yeah, we knew that, brother.
Yeah, but
we knew that, brother.
In the end, I'm glad he's coming forth. I'm glad he's speaking his truth.
Oh yeah,
and
speaking the truth.
Speaking the truth. And I hope he probably won't get the whole 40. But if he gets something, I think that'll be a win across the board.
I agree.
For some, not for Malcolm's children and his grandchildren, because I'm pretty sure they would want him here.
Here's the deal.
But it'll be something for him because he was falsely accused.
Here's the deal. The guy that actually killed Malcolm wrote a confessional on his deathbed, literally. He wrote that. He wrote it. And people got a hold of it, and it's authentic.
Yeah.
All right. So, and the FBI has always known who he was. Hell, the New York City Police Department knew who he was. And they kept this a secret. Malcolm has been dead since what, 65? So, and they kept that secret for almost 60 years.
Yeah. This man is 85 and he looks very good to be 85.
Hey, black don't crack.
Speaks very well. And the part that got me is the reason why they, quote unquote, cover up was to protect and preserve the scope, nature, and activities of its counterintelligence operations.
Well, that's Jay. Well, that was.
I mean, the operation that was going on with the civil rights movement.
Right.
Yeah, just keep it 100. Tell it what it is.
Yeah.
Y'all want this man died. Y'all want him died because he had too much power.
Well, that's pretty much it, man. Because they had surveillance. They had surveillance on Malcolm for the longest time. Hell, they had surveillance on Dr. King for the longest time. It was people in Malcolm's organization that sold Malcolm out. It was people in Dr. King's organization that sold him out.
Just imagine if he could have proceeded further without people being jealous of him, and more people gravitate to what he was saying.
Right.
What he could have accomplished.
Man.
Or where would this culture be?
Oh, man, come on.
You know?
And that's the problem. See, J. Edgar Hoover had a problem with that.
Like that man said, he has too much power for one man to have.
Actually, what he said was there's too much power for a nigga to have.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what that's what he said. That's what those are his actual words. That police captain that said that. That's exactly what he said.
And
he
just
said,
imagine if that was true, though. You know,
he did have a lot of power. I mean, Malcolm.
What if it would have kept growing?
Think of it as the thing about Malcolm and his so-called power is that he didn't look at it as power.
Not at all. They did.
They saw it as power because he was doing some things that they didn't think he should have been doing.
And which was that? Being upright in front and trying to help his culture?
Exactly. That's exactly it.
Help his people to see that they do matter? Because
J. Edgar Hoover said the biggest threat to the American to the United States is black unity. And that's the reason why J. Edgar Hoover had agents infiltrate every single black organization that's ever been in existence. From the Nation of Islam to Malcolm's organization to Dr. King's organization to the NAACP to the Urban League to the Black Panthers, everybody.
And that's pitiful.
Yep.
That is truly, truly pitiful.
Yep.
So, I don't.
I hope he gets his
Like
money.
I said, I, if he do get the whole 40, yes. But if he get anything, would that be considered justifiable?
There's no justification
Yeah.
for it because this man lost literally decades of his life
Oh yeah,
behind bars
behind bars,
for something he didn't even
a
do.
cover up.
Yeah. He was a patsy.
And they know, they
Yeah,
know,
knew.
and they
knew.
knew
They
was
knew.
covering up.
Right.
Yeah.
Because let's go back to this case right here. Back when this was going on, Elijah Muhammad told his people, and I have seen this from several people. Elijah Muhammad told his people, do not touch Malcolm. If anybody harms a hair on Malcolm's head, they will have to answer to me. So his people backed off. They said, hey, the minister said leave him alone, we're going to leave him alone. It was the agents that kept going and shot Malcolm.
And like I think I said this on the show before. Do you think they really think it was worth it? The people that they got to kill that man.
They disrupted what Malcolm was doing, so yeah, they accomplished their mission.
Was it worth it though?
No, it wasn't.
So where are they now?
There you go.
Where are they now?
Yeah, exactly.
So was it worth it?
No, it wasn't.
Exactly.
So,
Moving on.
all right.
Okay, now on to the book. A black delivery man was wrongfully accused by a woman of stealing her jewelry,
Hold on. I got a good one for that
but
one.
he got criticized from the people online because of his response back to her.
Oh, yeah.
I read this whole story. I'm a little torn because we get packages every day. Not
Right.
every day, but especially when I was working from home. We get somebody else packages.
Oh, yeah.
So, periodically.
Yeah.
And I mean, unless she had a camera, so I'm a little confused about this. Was she receiving the package and they was empty? And if they weren't empty, why would you just single out this man that he was doing it? Because it has to come from the people who put the package together, go to 2 or 3 different post offices, then head to this delivery company, then come to you. Why would you single out this one man? Unless you saw him actually ripping the package open
And taking your stuff
out, and then putting the package on your door. But a lot of people was upset with him because he was kind of like, I guess, egging her on to act crazy. You can tell by the video. It's a real good video out there. Her clear video, too.
Yeah.
You can tell something not clicking upstairs.
Yeah.
Elevator don't go all the way up to the top.
Couple tacos short of a combo.
Yeah. Not a Happy Meal, not a Happy Meal. Yeah.
Couple of fries short of a Happy Meal.
Right. And they said they felt like he was egging her on, and this is the part for me. She did get up and go report him, but then she talking about he need to be hung. Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Like Kevin Hart. Hold on. Wait a minute.
WTF.
So we talking about hanging now.
Oh, okay.
You just lost me.
Here's the deal about that.
At first, I was on your side, but you just lost me.
Here's the deal about that. The reason why people had an issue with him is because he said if he gets up in his face, then he's gonna knock her out.
And he has every right because these people are
that's
putting
self-defense.
hands on people unnecessarily.
Yeah, that's self-defense. I mean, I don't see a problem with that.
Man,
so why
I'm
get mad at him?
Like I tell my friends, if you put yourself in a position as a man and you get up in a man's face,
and he knocks you out,
whatever happens after that, it was warranted.
Yeah,
Because especially if he don't warrant you, don't do that. Easy now. Whoa. Wait a minute. And you start talking.
And you put hands on him.
And then you put your hands on him. I don't condone violence, and I definitely do not condone a man hitting a woman.
Me either.
Because the man can be the size of a toothpick.
Yep.
And his lick will land like Mike Tyson. But if you keep putting yourself out there in that position and you barking like a cute little chihuahua like I want for Christmas. Pink bows, thank you. Sister, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to go with old boy. I'm gonna have to go with brother man because you shouldn't have done that. But when she talking about hanging this man, come on, wait a minute, what?
Yeah. That was and that was the main problem that people had with their posts. Let me tell you something, man. And I agree with my wife 100%. You know, I don't condone hitting a woman. I really don't. But I can tell you what I was told by my mother and my grandmother. They both told me flat out. I don't care how mad you get at that woman, don't hit her. But if she puts her hands on you first, whatever happens, happens. All right, Grandma.
I heard my mom tell my brother, she talking about, if she put her hand, you try to lay her hands.
There you go. Exactly my point.
Like, Mom, for real.
Exactly
she
my
talking
point.
About she not supposed to put her hands on.
Exactly. That's what my mom and my grandmother was saying.
Especially if he don't want her and told her. He like, nah, just out because you backhand her something. No, wait a minute. Now you don't went too far.
Right.
But if you don't want her and told her over and over, like, go on now, sit down. And especially if you don't remove yourself from the situation, left the room, then she come in the room and you're in steady barking. Okay, but this lady right here, I don't know.
She was all up in the man's face.
Yeah, she just kept. And then, he did walk away.
Yeah, he walked away.
He went to the elevator, but then he turned around and started egging her on again.
Well, he shouldn't.
And I think that's what everybody online had a problem with.
What he should have done was just walked away and just kept walking. That's what I would have done. And I agree with you on that. That was the thing I didn't like about that video. Is the fact that he turned around and came back and started, yip yapping with her. No, don't do that. Once you walk away, you're taking yourself out the equation. Once you take yourself out the equation, it is what it is.
Right.
And he took himself out the equation. So I don't, and he should have just kept going. I don't think he should have turned around. I think that's the biggest problem people have with him.
And then a lot of people was wondering why was it getting videotaped, and I'm glad it was because we really would never knew the full story because it would have been her word versus his.
There you go. So he had to have some kind of evidence.
There was a third person in there that was trying to. I don't know if this person called themselves trying to diffuse the situation, but to me they kept like telling her to go in her house, stop, blah 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 blah. I was like,
and she wouldn't.
But she wouldn't. So it's like your purpose was not even served, ma'am, sir. But I'm glad it was videotaped. Like I said, I know some people had problems with him kept coming back and
he should have
sparking the fire again.
He should have left it alone.
And if she, like I said, if she truly had video him opening up her packages, taking her things out, I can see her plight.
Yeah.
But if you don't, why are you accusing this man?
Really? Because you don't know what happened.
Exactly.
Because you don't know. Because what people don't understand about packages is this right here. Just like you said earlier, babe. It touches I don't know how many hands before it gets to your house.
Absolutely. So they really didn't say how the story ended. I don't know if the company going to reimburse her back. I don't know if because she wanted him to empty his pockets right there on the spot and stuff like that.
I got an ugly ass picture up. So
crazy. They're gonna say you can look at her and tell something.
Yeah, something ain't right. Yeah, look at her.
Yeah, something ain't clicking.
In the words of Keith Sweat, something just ain't right.
Right. Yeah, something just not clicking. Or she could just look like that, so maybe she's frustrated. Maybe he done this so many times and she's just fed up. But unless you have recorded him doing it,
that's what I'm telling, man. I mean, because you really can't tell.
You can't do that.
Really can't tell.
So I don't know who to give kudos to. I don't know who to say I hope it wins your favor.
I really
but
don't know. I mean, she
was wrong for saying he needs to be hung, though.
In this situation, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. In this situation, she was definitely wrong because she was accusing him of something that she had no proof of,
and then saying he needs to be hung.
Okay, and then saying that he needs to be hung,
right.
And he was wrong by coming back and arguing with the woman. He should just he should just let it go. I don't agree with that, but she was definitely wrong. She was definitely wrong. I'll give a damn what nobody says. I mean, people are trying to side with her because, she's a fine-looking white woman. But anyway, but still, I'm with the brother. I'm with the brother. He shouldn't have went back, but I'm with the brother. What else you got?
Moving on. Now, in this next story, we do these all the time, and I keep saying, would y'all please stop messing with these babies? But I think these babies is getting this kind of attitude from home. I know they can go online and get these attitudes too, but it's getting out of hand.
What you got?
Quote unquote, they should not be alive.
Oh.
A video circulates around Colorado Middle School of a white student wishing death on black classmate. Families in a predominantly white town in Colorado are outraged at their local school district because of the discipline of a middle school student who made a racist video stating black people, quote, should not be alive, end quote.
WTF?
First of all, You's a punk. And secondly, who are you to say who should be alive? And thirdly,
Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it.
go to the playground. Just go sit in the corner because this is asinine.
Well, all I got,
Middle schools, that's when you about what,
you got
11,
between
12,
ages of
13
11 and
years
14.
old. Like I said, I know these kids have access to Twitter, X, TikTok, whatever. They're probably from a wholesome household.
Probably
And they
so.
probably got this mannerism or whatever from somewhere. I don't know. I'm not going to blame nobody's family. But this is not a genuine attitude of a 11, 12, 13-year-old.
Right.
You know, unless this person is getting bullied, which I don't think so. But what makes you say, or who are you to say black people should not be alive? What should we be then?
Well,
Tell me that, dead.
I'm just going to go ahead and say it. And when you're that age, you're getting that information from somewhere.
Exactly.
I mean, 9 times out of 10, they're getting it from home. They really are. I mean, you know, me growing up in rural Oklahoma, I knew who the racist people were because their parents were racist. I knew who they were. And they got their racism from their parents. Because they would always say, my daddy said blah, 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 blah. Well, I know where you get it from now.
Well, let me read what he said. Quote unquote. Black niggers, same thing, dummy. Black niggers are cotton pickers.
Okay.
They should not be alive right now. I hate their skin color. I hate how they talk. They just stink up the room. That last part right there is what gets to me because it's so funny that when they get wet, they smell like wet puppies to me.
Oh, come on now.
And secondly, I don't like how some of y'all talk. I know I have a dialect. I'm proud of my dialect. I am a straight East Texas girl. And I'm proud of my dialect. But who's to say the way you talk is correct too, ma'am, sir?
Well, all I got to say about that is this right here.
It is skin color. We were just talking about skin color. Y'all skin is so thin, we can see y'all veins.
Exactly.
So what color are you?
See through. Anyway, let me go ahead and say this real quick. First and foremost, my wife has a sexy Texas accent. I love it.
Thank you.
Anyway, and to the young man that said all that bullshit.
Yo, mama.
As far as black people smelling, let me tell you something right now. Ain't nothing funkier than a white person.
It's a
Nothing.
different smell. I've never smelled. Be like, what is that?
Right. Ain't nothing funkier than a white person. I'm telling you that right off the bat.
I don't know if it's their
And
hair.
I work around funky ass white
I
people.
don't know if it's their hair, their clothes. It's just a difference. It's a different smell.
Right.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that shit is either, but it's funky as hell. So, you know, ain't nothing funky than a white person. Yeah, I said it and I keep on saying it. You can't say that black people stink. I know I don't stink. My wife can attest to that.
That's right. You can be Boy, you ain't gonna get it. You going to take a bath.
No, I mean, if I did start stinking,
Exactly. You going to take
she
a
would
bath.
definitely tell me. I mean, and I would. That's
And
what.
that's why I ask my time. You tell me, because, you know, especially when I work from home. Tell me, because, you know, 'cause like, I wasn't important. But I wasn't just going to be sitting up here rotting like no egg either. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, hell no.
Well, the identity has been protected because of
course,
his.
he's a
We
minor.
know it's a boy. They said his age, but they only gave him a 2-week suspension.
Oh, shit.
And
That ain't nothing.
I mean, that's not even sufficient to. To me, that's kind of like a slap on the wrist.
That's pretty much what it is.
What consequences he going to get from that?
None.
Because once he get off this little suspension, he probably going to turn around and do something.
He gonna do the same old thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well,
I just.
see, this is what happens. He saw where he went wrong. He's gonna correct that mistake now.
Is he?
Yeah. He's gonna correct that mistake and come harder next time. Watch what I tell you.
I don't know. I don't think he understands the severity of his actions.
Well, he probably
And like
doesn't.
I said, he's just gonna do his little 2-week vacation and come back and be like, "What I do? I didn't do nothing." Go do something else.
Yep.
He gonna do something else. These kids really need to. I think they need a. Like I said about police officers, they need a sensitivity class. And a lot of these kids are spoiled. Let's just keep it 100.
Spoiled rotten.
They're spoiled. They say the
entitled.
first thing that comes to their mind. They have no couth. They have no tact, and that's what's gonna get their ass attacked.
Oh, for sure, man. You don't
Cause
get that.
you're gonna say
So
that to
hell
the
up.
wrong person,
one, then.
and they're gonna be like, "Excuse me, I
What did you just
stink.
say? Oh, I smell.
You don't like me because of my color? Boom! Smell that concrete.
Smell that concrete.
Smell that concrete.
You smell that grass.
Again, I don't condone violence.
I'm not. Yeah.
But sometimes,
It's warranted.
who you said that? Watch your mouth.
Watch your mouth now.
Watch your mouth. Seriously. But I just feel like these kids are too young to be speaking like this to me. I know it's a different time from when I was raised, so what these kids are going through now, we couldn't speak like that. We could, cause somebody, even if we did speak like that around in our little circle, somebody go back and say, well, today, so-and-so said this, and they gonna go tell their mom gonna go back and tell somebody else. And then it's gonna get to my mom, I'm like, what was that you were saying in your little circle of friends? So we we were held accountable.
Mm-hmm.
These kids, they don't. And I say he's probably not gonna even take it seriously. He probably gonna do his little 2 weeks from home suspension. He probably gonna be able to play his Xbox all day, eat fruit roll-ups all day, be on X all day, and then just go back to school like nothing happened.
Right.
I don't think they. I don't know. I just feel like I don't really know what to say to the black parent. Cause what do? Do you confront his parents?
There's nothing you can do in that situation because if
that was a hate-filled video.
Yeah, it really was. I saw the video.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, he learned that ideology from somewhere. I should say. He learned from somewhere.
And then again, okay, this could be like a twofold situation because if they do try to, for lack of better word, discipline him, is this gonna lead to a school shooting?
Oh, it just might.
You know what I'm saying? Because some of these kids be like, oh, we got a story coming up where these two boys killed the Spanish teacher.
Save it.
What? So it's like this is a domino. It's like he gonna get embarrassed. His friend be like, and then he gonna come to school with a gun.
Right.
So it's like you just don't know these kids' mindset anymore.
No, you don't, and it's sad, man.
Sickening.
What else you got, baby?
Moving on. Let me go ahead and do that search I was just talking about the two students. Let's see. I got it right. Hold on, because I was just here. It is. To piggyback off the story I just did, quote unquote, might lose a lot more blood in prison. An Iowa teen cries he gets a bloody nose as he's sentenced to life for beating teacher to death with bat over a failing grade. But this is the kicker. He didn't get the failing grade.
His friend
did. Yeah. So you got that mad that this 66-year-old Spanish teacher gave your friend a failing grade. Did you get a bat and beat her to death?
I'm gonna go ahead.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. They were fucking.
Who?
The friends. I'm telling you, they were fucking.
Oh.
I'm telling you. I can guarantee it. Because I'm gonna tell you right now.
My mind didn't go there when I read this.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I think that. Let me tell you why I think that.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why I think that. Because my best friend, his name was Eric. I'm not gonna put his last name out there. That's my dude. That's my man. 50 grand. Okay. Me and Eric and myself. When it came down to taking tests or whatever, either I would make the highest grade or he would make the highest grade. That's just the way it was. Okay, that's how we were. One time, Eric took a test. We both took a test. Eric got a failing grade. I didn't. And the reason why he got a failing grade is because the teacher didn't like him. Okay, plain and simple. So Eric, I was upset about the situation, but I didn't want to kill nobody about it. Why? Because me and Eric wasn't fucking.
Okay, I don't know.
Why would you react that way?
My mind went racist. My mind went straight racist.
Yeah, that could be it too.
Because she was Spanish.
That could be it too.
And she probably felt like, we're white, we're superior, you're supposed to pass us anyway. And then by her being Spanish, they killed her. And she's an elder, she was 66. That's how my mind, I never went to that they had a little relationship.
That could be it too. I don't know. That could be it too.
But if you go and look at the picture of him, he looks scared as hell.
Hell yeah.
And something must be wrong with him because you don't sit up in court and your nose start bleeding. What's wrong? Or I know most of the time when your nose start bleeding, I mean you got high blood pressure, something like that.
Yeah.
Or either you just that angry or that you just that mad.
Right.
I don't know. But he did apologize, but her family did not accept his apology.
I don't blame him.
And at the time, they both were 16 years old. And now they're 18, so they're going to be charged with first degree murder. They could have been charged with first degree murder, but since it was 16 when it happened, they're just going to get a measly little
Probably manslaughter
first
sentence.
degree murder. I mean,
First degree manslaughter sentence.
yeah, man. So yeah,
Which means that's a 20,
Nothing.
that's a 25-year sentence mandatory. No, I'm sorry, 15-year sentence mandatory.
well, no, they said 25, and then he has a chance for parole. I'm like,
Okay, in
for
15.
what? Why would he able to be a get out? She's not going to come back, so why? But yeah, just like I said, it's kind of like the story. Like I said, this might the same situation here. They good buddies, going to school. She failed him. I don't know if somebody was like, ha, he got an F, and then he probably felt bad. Man, we talk about my friend like that. He's a real good guy. He's a smart guy. It's all your fault, Miss Maria. Boom, start beating the woman.
Nah, I think it's deeper than that. I'm telling you, that's just my opinion. I said what I said. I mean, if anybody got a rebuttal for that, that's cool.
Well, these days you don't know.
Exactly.
Because like I said earlier, we was talking, teachers, especially women teachers, was revered almost like a preacher or priest or just high regards. Now these teachers sleeping with these students and getting pregnant by them and talking about they in love with them and want to be with them. And here you are, these kids are 12, 13, 14. This last one I read, this man was 65 years old.
Right.
You attracted to a 14-year-old?
Oh my God.
Now I know some of these girls are stacked. Don't get me wrong. It's something in the milk. Mm-hmm. But what kind of conversation did you have with, unless you have a child like mine, because there are some adults who do.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Who live a normal life, but they have, hey, shout out, rest his soul, Pee Wee Herman. I know that was a character, but he came out. He's a lot of people who have a child like mine,
right?
And they can relate better to children. That's probably why he went into the profession. But I don't think you go into the profession and try to find your potential mate.
Of course not.
You know what I'm saying? So these kids, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if this something was
Mike's
going on.
Here.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mikey. You missed
like
the good
I said,
stuff.
I don't know if something was going on in his personal life, his home life, and he just took it out on this lady. But we got to be careful because these kids are not playing out here at all.
But
moving on.
I said what I said. Shit. That's a possibility.
That's
think about
something
it.
to think about. Yeah, that's something to think about. My mind didn't go there at all.
I'm just saying. I mean, I got, like I said, my best friend Eric, man. I ain't, come on, man. But anyway, go ahead, baby.
Okay, this next story, I don't know. It's just sometimes when I see these stories and I see the headline and I read the story, I be like, what? Memphis School District says, quote unquote, miscommunication is to blame for why George Floyd biography authors couldn't talk about systemic racism. Now, I don't know if you know it or not, but there was two black men, Robert Samuels and Toulouse Olorunapa, wrote a
I got the
autobiography saying his name is George Floyd.
Oh yeah.
And so they was going to go to different schools and discuss their book.
Right.
And before they can even get on stage or come to the school, they was told that they could not talk about certain things, especially systemic racism.
OMG.
That's what their book was about.
Yeah.
So if their book was about that, what are they going to speak on?
Exactly.
So that's like a double
standard.
Double standard for me, because like you want us to come, but then this is the second thing. They couldn't talk about it, and they couldn't bring their books for people to pick up and buy.
Right.
What are we coming for then?
Well, their book is banned.
Yeah, it's
Did
banned.
you read that?
Yeah, it's banned. That's what I'm saying. They can't sell it or
banned.
anything. So what am I coming to your school for?
Exactly.
I can't make a profit. I can't ban. You're not going to even let it be displayed in your school. I can't talk to your school about what's in my book. What am I coming for?
Good point.
Like I said, when I read this story, I was bewildered because I'm like, so now you're trying to stop just like DeSantis in Florida. Sorry, DeSantis in
I love
Florida
that.
trying to stop Black history in the schools. Now you trying to stop people who are writing autobiographies
Right.
from telling their story.
Right.
Kind of like us, we're melanated thoughts.
Right.
So it's just like them trying to shut us down because we're speaking on our thoughts.
Yeah.
How is that even relevant?
Well, the thing of it is, man, they're trying their best to hinder any kind of progress. And that's exactly what's going on here. Because why would you ban a book? I mean, I don't think that any book should be banned. I'm just going to be real. Because I'm an
Absolutely.
avid reader. I mean, if there's a book out there that I don't want to read, I ain't going to pick it up.
They
But-
told them they can only speak on certain things, and they gave them like a little what they can and cannot speak about. That is crazy.
No, that's bullshit.
So they don't put all this blood, sweat, and tears to get this book together,
Hell yeah.
and now you're telling them that they are limited to what they can say.
Yeah, exactly. That's not fair. That's not fair at all.
Again, trying to erase Black history.
That's exactly what they're doing.
This is George Floyd's story is Black history.
Whether they want to believe it's American history, to be honest with you, but
True.
but
Because it was captured around the
more
world.
specifically,
It's
more
Black
specifically
history.
Black
He's a
history.
Black
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
So this story hurt my feelings. I'm like, they're gonna try to silence us across the medium any
Of
way they
course.
can.
Any way they can.
Unbelievable. Well, I hope they get in contact with some other schools who would warrant them and who would let them come and sell their books, put their books in display in their libraries.
Yeah.
And they can hold their they won't be a pet rally, but you know how the kids get together and they talk about it.
Yeah.
Seminar, not the seminar. What they having when you come together at the school? God, we used to have them all
An
the
assembly.
time. Assembly. They can assemble the kids together and they can speak on. You don't know, them kids probably have questions they would love to have answered.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So stop limiting Black history. It's here. There's nothing you got. Only thing you guys can do is silence us. But there will be someone, I wholeheartedly guarantee, that's gonna let them speak all day long about it somewhere.
Hell yeah.
So just move around. I know these are schools you probably want to attend, but sometimes you gotta go to where you are accepted, which is crazy. So that story kind of caught me off guard.
Yeah, it caught me off guard too. Mike, if you're still in the chat room, man, what do you think about this situation? I mean, I would love to see what you have to say about that. Just type it in the chat. But anyway, like I said, man, you know, they're trying their best to
Eliminate everything about Black people.
You're right. You're
Anything
absolutely
they
right.
do, anything they write, anything they say. It's like they're trying to take money out your pocket, trying to limit your freedom of speech. It's asinine to me. I don't get it.
Well, see, history.
I don't get it.
Well, the thing about Dr. John Henry Clark, I call him the master teacher. He said this about Black history. He said Black history is the world's history. He said history is also this right here. History is like a time clock. It tells you where you've been, where you are right now, and how far you still have to go. So history is something that needs to be taught. Not only, it needs to be taught by us. I mean, because nobody can teach our history but us. Plain and simple.
Now, there has been some white people I've seen to do it, but they have gone in there and they have done their due diligence on their research.
But it's not the same.
But it's not the same. It's not like coming from
Somebody that looks
someone
like you.
who knows and who's experienced or probably have an answer to who
Yeah,
set
they
them
just
down and
read
they
about
sat
it.
and just fed on them. You know,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
told
they
them,
just
you
read
know,
about it.
right,
See, Black people
right.
actually experience it, so it's not the same. I'm not saying that there aren't some good white historians. I have yet to meet
Absolutely.
one. But
well, the one that be on Reverend Al sometime had on his show, and he's very.
are you talking about Tim Wise?
I think that is his name.
Yeah.
He's very, to me, forthright. It's like I don't think he's putting on just because he's on a Black Man show or anything like that. He speaks about Black history.
Well, Tim
I think
Wise-
he honestly took it in and he explains it where you understand it
Well-
and that he feels it. To me, that's how I take it.
Well, Tim Wise, he's a really good scholar, but you know I'm still kind of questionable by him. But I'll talk about that later on.
Okay.
But yeah, he knows his stuff. I give credit where credit's
Yeah.
due.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Moving on. Now,
right.
this next story is another one that we spoke about in this podcast before. That this story, when it came down, it broke my spirits. I'm gonna read it like you say it. The DOJ, which is Department of Justice, actively considering all options, quote unquote, to pursue justice in Breonna Taylor case after second attempt to convict Brett Hankerson fails.
WTF?
Y'all know I look at the news. And when I heard that they had him up there, and he finally took the stage, blah, 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 blah. But when the jury, which was mostly white people, I'm just going to put it out there, keep it honest, it took them some time to deliberate. It went from Monday. It went from Tuesday. It went from Wednesday. And then they sent a note to the judge saying, hey, we're pretty much quote unquote deadlocked. And the judge said, well, think about it again. Give another chance. And the judge said they can hear a lot of loud noise and loud voices coming from the room. And then Thursday, they pretty much just said, we can't come to a conclusion.
Yeah,
how?
And it got deadlocked.
How?
The jury got deadlocked.
Deadlocking, yeah.
And it almost became a mistrial.
Yeah, it is a mistrial.
Okay.
It is a mistrial.
Mistrial.
That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. That's why I kept saying it came deadlocked and it become a mistrial. So now they're going to have to retry him again. My initial thing is, how did he become deadlocked?
There's always that one person.
Did y'all not see the man by the camera?
There's always going to be one person in there that's going to say, well, maybe I didn't see what I thought I saw, but I seen what I seen and shit like that. It could be a number of things.
Now he's saying that when I went into the apartment, I saw a shadow and someone was standing like in the position of a shooting position.
But she was laying down in the bed.
No, they talking about her boyfriend.
Oh.
But first, when this all came out, you said you didn't see nobody. You
First
said he came to the door shooting.
Yeah.
Now you saying you done entered the room and you saw a shadow of somebody standing in a shooting position.
So which story is it?
See, now if I was on this jury, that's probably what one of them probably said. I'm like, wait a minute, that's two different stories.
Exactly.
That's probably what they did. But I'm thinking, why is it even, like I said, it's an all-white jury.
Oh, come on,
and
man.
Maybe, like I said, I don't know what they saw or what they thought they saw to even make it become deliberated to be talked about at all, to take almost a whole week to deliberate and then to end up in a mistrial.
When you have an all
it hurt my spirit.
When you have an all-white jury and a white cop,
do the right thing. Shout out to Spike Lee. Do the right thing. Don't think because they got to share the same skin color as you.
Let me say this real quick. You see, you quoted Spike Lee. I'm getting ready to quote Paul Mooney. Do the right thing instead of the white thing.
Exactly. Amen. That's crazy. That's just...
because this child has yet to get justice, and to be completely honest with you, I hate that she will.
Oh, my God.
Mike said he saw that same thing on the movie. And you're absolutely right, Mike. It happens all the damn time. So, and I hate to say shit like that, but it's the truth, man. They will do the white thing before they do the right thing. They did the same thing in that Rodney King trial. Remember that? When they let all those cops off, and you can clearly see they were whooping Rodney King's ass.
Whooping like a rag doll. Kicking them, stomping them, cussing them out, spitting on them, everything. But they kept saying, y'all go home. Have a nice day.
Exactly.
Have a nice day. Not one, but all of them got off.
Every single last one
That's
of them.
That's crazy.
Nothing happened to them. That's why they had that riot.
So he got them lumps and bruises because... And this baby is 6 feet under because...
Yeah, she wasn't even involved in the situation. They were looking for somebody that didn't even live there. That's number one.
Well, a hearing is set for December 13th to determine if the federal government will bring Hankerson to trial again. Oh, what is there to determine? Just say y'all gonna let the man off in the car. Same thing y'all did with Rodney King. Let him go home. Same thing y'all trying to do with George Floyd with that man. Let him go home. Y'all just killing us anyway. Y'all gonna do what y'all want to do.
Yeah, I meant to put that story up, but I forgot. Yeah, that story right there, man. He's got
pretty much the same thing as Breonna.
Yeah.
I could tell that he couldn't breathe, but he was such a showman. I thought he was just putting on. This man is called out for his mama. Okay.
You putting all your weight on his neck. Mm-hmm. What the fuck you think is going to happen? Think about that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Come on, man. But anyway.
I don't know. I don't know. Now this story, I'm going to let you expound on this because I don't understand this at all. A white historian was told her sheriff grandfather saved a black man, but then she uncovered the truth about his dark past.
Well, let me explain this real quick. This is white lady. Her name is Grace Hale. They call her Liz Hale. Mm-hmm. Okay, and what happened was she was told one story, but she found out the facts were actually askewed. Okay, now what I mean by skewed, she was told that her sheriff grandfather, was it, was like a hero. Come to find out, he just sit back and let the shit happen. Okay, there was a man that got lynched, and I think the pictures were in that book that's sitting right on the table, they called Without Sanctuary. They lynched this man because he was accused of raping a white woman.
Pregnant white woman.
Yeah, because and of course he didn't do it.
Kind of find out they were messing around.
Exactly. So that's and so the sheriff just sit back and let the shit happen. He didn't try to stop him or nothing. The lynch mob for him. They got the boy, strung him up. The rest is history. Come to find out, her sheriff grandfather didn't do anything to try to help him. Okay, and that's what she's and then that's the problem that she's having right now, is the fact that her sheriff grandfather didn't even try to stop it.
But she always heard stories that
he saved his life, right?
He saved a black man from being lynched,
and she did, and he didn't.
He might as well have put the noose around there and tighten it up.
For real.
By you not doing anything, you didn't.
Yeah, for real.
You didn't. Okay, well, like I said, I read the story, but I'm like, baby girl,
that happens a lot.
Read your history.
That happens a lot, and all I got to say to white people that find this shit out: break the cycle.
Right.
That's it. That's all you have to do. Break the cycle.
Well, maybe this is a start. Maybe that's why she's so
disappointed.
Yeah, disappointed, and just can't believe it and all this. Because, like she said, she had been hearing all these stories that her back in the I think this happened in 1947,
right,
where it was very prevalent that white people didn't like black people, and that her grandfather, one of the ones who I guess took a stance and saved the black man, but in the interim he did not.
Nope.
So I mean, I can feel her plight, but it is what it is, sister. I'm sorry. Truth hurts. Truth hurts.
Yes, it does, man. I mean, because like I said, people are, and I've always said this, you can't hide the truth. The truth is going to come out. There ain't nothing you can do about it.
Like my grand say, what you do in the dark will
always comes to light.
To the light.
So let that light shine already, man.
That's
a very true statement.
That's a very true statement.
You can't hide the truth.
Not at all. You can try.
You can try to hide the truth. You can hide it for a little while, but it's gonna come out.
That dirt as long as you can, but all of a sudden something goes start spanking.
For sure. There ain't nothing you can do about it.
Nothing you can do about it. Now here's another dumb story. A black Illinois high school student says classmates call her monkey and play whipping sounds on their phone to taunt her. These kids' imagination, I'm telling you, these kids, I don't think they finding this on TikTok. This stuff is taught at home.
Exactly.
This gotta be taught at home. Now tell me what website you went to where you saw them making fun of a black girl called a monkey, then goes have the whipping sound. Come on now. Come on now, really?
You know what? When I read
the stuff
this,
they come up with to do.
When I read this story, I'm like, hold on. So they went so far.
It's not funny, but then you be like,
so they went so far. Mike, if you still in the chat, man, you have a daughter in high school right now. If that was you, what would you do in that situation?
And then here they are again, calling you monkey. Did we already establish y'all the one who look like monkeys?
Exactly.
We have no resemblance to monkeys at all, except for our color. And all of us not the color of a monkey.
Hell no, we ain't, man. Come on. But, I mean, think about this. And I've already said this. Let me say this again to all the white folks out there that's listening. Okay, number one, monkeys don't have lips. Do black people have lips or not, babe?
Yeah.
Okay?
Very much so.
Yes, indeed. But anyway, number two, monkeys are hairy as hell. Are black people hairy like that?
Oh, white people?
No, black people. Are black people hairy like that?
I mean, there are some, but not like that.
No. And number three, monkeys have a prehensile tail. Now, there has been very, very, very rare occasions where a black person was born with a little bit of a tail on the back of the sacroiliac, but it's mostly white people that have that anomaly. So you're missing with that one. So who looks more like a monkey, us or them?
Exactly. Again, it's like I said before, it's like them calling us nigga. Like, it's gonna hurt our feeling they call us nigga. Now they call, okay, then we can't hurt them with nigga. What we can call them monkey. Okay, monkey. Now they calling us monkey. Okay, and next. Because like I said not too long, I think in the podcast we did before this one a couple weeks ago, who was helping in the jungle? Helping little tomboy. What's the little boy name in the jungle?
Little Sambo.
Little whoever's
Tarzan.
name. Tarzan. Who was helping Tarzan in the jungle?
Oh, it's black folks.
There was a monkey. That was
yeah,
his
the
best
monkey
friend.
named Cheetah. Yeah,
His best friend was a monkey.
Your best friend was a
help him
chimpanzee.
build huts, find food. His buddy. They talked. They played. So you want to call him monkey? Go ahead, because the monkey was smart.
Smart as hell.
Cause then the monkey helped him find water.
Yep.
Was able to climb the tree to get the banana. Mm-hmm. So go ahead, then. Y'all
if
keep
it wasn't
going.
for the monkey, his ass would starve to
Would have
death.
starved to death, exactly, and be out in the rain.
Punk ass. But, anyway.
But this is really sad because it first started with a brother.
Yeah.
And then the younger sister came down, and this is what they said together as a siblings.
They look biracial.
They are. They're biracial, and this is what they said, which is pathetic that children feel like this in 2023.
Yeah.
We shouldn't feel like we in danger or we're being harassed, and we know the school can't do anything about it.
No, they won't.
Or they don't want to do anything about it.
There you go.
That is sickening.
That's exactly it.
You're going to school 7 to 8 hours a day. That's what be your saving grace.
Yeah.
That's what be your safe haven.
Yeah.
And that's what be where you go to an adult if something is going on, and you can rectify the situation with another child that you're having, thinking it's going to be rectified correctly and fairly.
Not nowadays.
But now you don't even go to school and feel safe.
Yep.
I see why so many people are homeschooling.
Yeah.
Crazy. Moving on.
Moving right along.
Now this story here is, I'm not a mother. Let me first off by saying that. But I understand this woman plight. I can only imagine if this was my mother or my father.
Right.
I know you guys have heard about the Mississippi man who was supposedly hit by a cop car, an off-duty cop car, in the cop car. I thought when they were off-duty, they supposed to drive their own personal car, but that's just me. And then they end up burying him, saying they didn't know who to contact and he didn't have any identification on him. Then there was a new, what's the people who do the autopsy for the city? Coroner. A coroner came on board, was wondering, what was all these people that were buried? Pull these people up and realized that this man was buried, and this is the same man that a mother has been looking for.
Right.
Come to find out, once they exhumed his body without her knowledge, which is crazy. Excuse me, wait a minute, I went too fast. They buried him in a pauper's grave.
Which is mean a shallow grave.
A shallow grave, unknown man grave. They put a stick in there and his number was 672. Just gave him a number. But kind of find out this man had identification on him. He had everything that had his name on him. So why would they do this to him? And then I just read the other day that Benjamin Crump, which is, he's all on it. Shout out to Benjamin Crump. I have nothing to say. I'm glad he is on it. He is he put out a dissertation to say that when they exhumed his body, his leg was amputated.
Whoa.
So my thing is,
hold on. You said his leg was cut off?
His leg was. Let me read to what he said. They said Dexter's body was not embalmed before they buried him.
Of course not.
His body was in an advanced state of decomposition.
Of course. I bet it stank all too hot to high heaven.
He presented multiple blunt force injuries to the skull, ribs, and pelvis. His left leg was amputated. His body was completely run over by the police vehicle. There was a wallet in the front pocket of his jeans containing his state identification card that has his address. He also had a credit card, and he also had a health insurance card in there. So to me, this just me as an outsider looking in.
That's all kinds of ID.
This was a cover-up.
Of course it was.
This man either was drunk, or they must have had a vendetta or something. They hit this man on purpose, and they tried to cover up their mess by hitting him, because they probably knew who he was.
What did I tell you about that when we first did this story? I said that cop was probably drunk or high. Mm-hmm. I said that. And I'm sticking to that, because why would you cover the body up?
Exactly. Now my thing is, when they told her the first time, when the second coroner came to her and said, I think we might find your son. So by the time she got there, they had already dug his body up. Why?
Yeah.
And then she finally got, first, again, like I said, when she went to go get her baby, she had to pay to get him back, which is asinine.
Yeah.
And then when they did this autopsy, this is what they found when they exhumed his body. This is unbelievable. This story keeps getting crazier and crazier and crazier to me.
Right.
I don't get it. But shout out to Reverend Sharpton. They will be having Brother Dexter's funeral tomorrow.
Good.
And I probably, if I can, probably on my lunch, go on and look at it. If they're gonna put it on the streaming live. If they stream it live, I'm gonna try to see if I can look at it. But this story is crazy.
It's wild, man.
Now I know if you got hit by a car, you're gonna have some damage, but this much damage?
For sure.
Amputation? Who amputated the leg? How? What? Now I know you get hit. Sometimes your leg might break.
Now.
Or something, but amputate?
I'm like you. I think this was a personal thing, man, because you don't cut somebody's leg off. And they said it had blunt force trauma to the head. That lets you know flat out that he was probably beaten.
That's why I just want to say they probably caught him out walking, because they said he was like an hour away from his mom's house.
Right.
They probably caught him out walking. Hey, boy, where you going? And this is the results. They probably picked him up, dragged him, put him in the car, beat him to death. That just, like I said, I know some people who have gotten hit by a car, a truck, or whatever, have perished. They do have extensive damage, but this seemed like a lot of damage.
I got a cousin.
If you were hit one time.
I got a cousin got hit by a car, and only thing he had was a broke leg and a couple of broke ribs. That was it. Well, he survived. Well, he's dead now because they had a heart attack, but that was years and years ago. But that was years ago when he got hit by a car.
And then my next question is, if he had all this identification on him, why was he not? The family was not contacted. Why was no effort made to contact the family? That's why I keep saying this sounds personal, or either a cover-up. He was drunk or high, like you said. Yeah. Oh man, I done hit somebody. Put him in the car. We just gonna bury him, or take him to the coroner. But now let's see. But how did the coroner get him where they buried him though?
That's, man, you know what?
Or they probably just, like this one girl they found over here. They just found her laying on the street.
Oh, yeah.
And they didn't know how to contact nobody, so the city picked her up.
Yeah.
And that's how she ended up in the corner. Maybe it's the same thing that happened. They probably
I don't think so.
rolled him in a ditch.
I think this was a cover up, plain and simple. Yeah. That's what I think.
Because I think even if you go to the coroner, they still got to go through your possessions.
Yeah, they got to see who you want to. So they
clean your body
identify
up.
this again.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So I don't. This sounds like a cover up to me.
This was a cover up,
and I feel so sorry for his mom.
Yeah, because she was pleading, man. Because like the last story that we did on this particular story. She broke up
every day, 2 to 3 times a week.
As she should.
Asking, do you have anything on my son? Has anybody said anything? That's sad.
As she should. That's what she's supposed to do.
Sad. But hopefully, he will get his rest tomorrow. And her name is Bitterson Wade, his mom. I know she'll never understand what's going on, but hopefully some kind of resolution will come quickly. And the truth will come out.
I hope she gets
someone will have I
hope she gets her justice.
An ounce of heart and just let her know, ma'am, I hit him. I'm sorry. Something.
Yeah.
Because it's going to forever haunt her. Cause from my understanding, they had an argument. And that's why he left the house. So, that's crazy. I don't know. I just don't know.
Well, like I said, I've always said this. A parent should never have to bury a child.
No, that's what my dad was always his fear. My mom, too. They just did not want to...
Have to bury a
child.
Same deal with me. My mother did not want to have to bury me or my sister for that matter. And I understand that.
Excuse me, but here are 2 stories I just want to talk about, and we're going to wrap this up. I don't know if you heard about the Alabama mayor. He was also a pastor who committed suicide because he was going to be outed by being a transgender woman.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Now, this story...
I heard about that.
This story here... I'm really, Lord, y'all know I go with everything with I'm a giggler. I giggle, but I take things seriously. This story had me giggling so hard. I just don't know. I guess he was embarrassed or that he didn't want nobody to know that he had a secret identity gender.
I guess. I don't know, man.
So the best thing he did was
to kill himself.
He took his own life.
Well,
that's deep, man. I have never. Now I heard there are some people out here who are killing transgender people.
Right.
Because I think they embarrassed for somebody to know that they were with a man being with a man that's trying to be a woman, whatever. But this man took his own life. Is that possible? Or was this a situation where somebody was with him thinking he was a woman and killed him? Because this just seemed unbelievable.
Well, think about what you just said. This man was a preacher, correct?
Mm-hmm. He was a preacher and the mayor of Alabama.
So let me ask you a question. Hypothetically speaking, let's just say that our preacher came out as transgender. Let's just say he came out as transgender. Would you go to his church after that?
I mean,
I'm just asking the question. I mean, we know that doing something, doing, deviant sexual behavior is against everything that God holds near and dear.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Exactly my point. Mm-hmm. So, again, would you go to this church?
I don't know, because what they got to do with him preaching the word to me?
I agree with you on that, but I'm just saying.
That's a good
I'm just
question.
saying, but my question is, if you're sitting up here sinning and telling me to go the right path,
that is
and
true.
you're doing something strange behind closed doors.
That is true. But this man said he did it as a hobby to release stress.
So he's
maybe
a cross-dresser. So he's not really transgender. He's a cross-dresser.
He said he didn't go out. He didn't solicit anything. He just periodically put it on to release stress.
So he's a cross-dresser. Mm-hmm. So he didn't live his life as a woman. He just did it as kind of like a hobby. Now, that's a whole different thing right there.
But he got outed by this blog, and that's what made him kill himself. They got a picture of him when he met Trump and everything.
Well, here's the deal.
I don't know. This story just got me puzzled.
Well, here's the deal. I mean, and this is a good one. Here's the deal. If he did that as a hobby, he wasn't living his life as a woman. That's number one. Mm-hmm. Number two, he could have told his congregation that, and they would have completely understood
exactly.
it. I can guarantee
but
it.
But here's the kicker right here. His wife knew he did it.
Well, see, that's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. If his wife understood it, his congregation would do it too.
They said he was a pillar of the community, upstanding citizen. They said Copeland shot himself following a slow pursuit by the police. After they were summoned to do a welfare check, they spotted Copeland driving his truck on a country road near his small grocery store. The police pulled Copeland over to ensure he was not thinking of harming himself. After several people called for a wellness check, he exited his truck and fatally shot himself. That's what I tell people all the time. You just don't know what people are going through. This man, like he said, he was a preacher, he was the mayor, upstanding citizen, but because he had this hobby that some people might justify as being unorthodox, he felt like the best thing for him to do was to eliminate himself. That's crazy.
You got some people out there that have very obscure hobbies. You got people out there that have a hobby of beekeeping. Me, and you know this to be true yourself, I have several hobbies. So, excuse me, I read, I draw, I play video games, I do music, whatever.
Would you ever dress as a woman though? That's something like
that's something I would do.
The top,
that's a little bit extreme.
Yeah.
And you got some people out there that dress up as a clown. I mean, if it's just a hobby and he's not living his life as a woman, I don't see a problem with that.
Yeah, but somebody outed him though. Somebody outed him and put it in a blog.
Mike, if you're in the chat, what do you think, man? I want to hear what you have to say about that situation, because that right there, that's he should not have taken his life because of that.
He took his own life. That's crazy. And I want to wrap it up with this last story.
This gonna be a good one.
If you guys haven't heard, Timmy has decided to drop out the race. What race, you asked?
The
2024 presidential race. I think we spoke on this before, but I just want to say a little something to Timmy. Don't be sad, sir. I know you probably thought you was doing the right thing. It's not your time. And if Trump come to you and ask you to be his running mate, say no. Say no, sir.
Mike said it ain't worth taking your life on last story. I agree, Mike. But yeah, Tim Scott should have never run in the first place, in my personal opinion. Okay, now he was banking on the black vote. Black people ain't rocking with you, Timmy.
This is what he said. I think the voters who are the most remarkable people on the planet have been really clear that they're telling me, quote unquote, not now, Tim. It's not just voters. It's dogs, cats, trees, stoplight, cars, building, grass, chicken nuggets.
Yeah, she said chicken nuggets.
Clocks, flowers, lights, clothes, floors. It was a lot of things telling you not now, Tim. I don't know what these people do to make them think. Just think about the last couple of debates he had. There is nothing that man said that I would say, you know what? I can relate to him. I can see that. And then what really got me, he tried to put his old girlfriend up there, supposedly. What's the word we say? Allegedly. His girlfriend. Tim, if you don't sit your bicycle, just go and sit down somewhere, sir. See, I hate when people feel they got to resort to that to try to get something. No, just be yourself. That's what I pride myself on. I do a lot of things to enhance my beauty, but I am who you see is who you get. I am not going to do anything I'm going to act this way. No, what you see is what you get with me. Either you going to get on code or you going to leave me alone.
Exactly.
A to B. Like I said, I love to live my life in color, but I am a basic black and white woman. I'm not finna put on for nobody because I don't feel like I have to. Because like I said on this podcast before, I feel like I can hold a conversation with the President of the United States, and I feel like I can hold a conversation with a bum in the street, and I don't see no difference in the conversations. So, but Timmy.
Yeah, Timmy.
Well, my friend, he passed his soul. God rest his soul. Good looking out, dog. Good looking out, dog, because you made the right decision.
He sure did.
Wasteful money.
Sure did. That was a waste of time right there, man.
It's not my time. Boy, it ain't never been your time. And I hope you don't think to run again anytime soon.
Oh, you know he is.
Why? It's not gonna, they're not going to let another one of us in here.
Well, they might.
Not.
Well, see, it depends on
someone like him.
It depends on how much of a coon he is, and
no,
he's a big coon.
They're not gonna let him in. If they do, they're just gonna be using him as a robot.
Exactly my point.
Timmy, you go out there, you say this, and this, and
that's exactly what
he's not gonna have a mind of his own.
Exactly, and that's what they want.
I bet you that.
That's the kind of black man they want. That's the kind of black man they want right there.
But shout out to you, Timmy. You tried. Yeah, you tried. But go on, get up out of there. Go on now. Go on, get.
Get gone.
And those are all the MTP news this week.
Hold on.
Back to you, Reggio.
Mike said that's how mama taught you to carry yourself in a respectful manner.
Absolutely.
To talk to anybody.
Absolutely.
That's exactly it.
Absolutely.
That's exactly it. Mike, let me tell you something, man. That's one of many reasons why I married your sister in the first damn place. Plain and simple. I'm just being real.
I'm not gonna put on for no one. That's not my style. I never have.
Because like when I first physically met your wife, met your sister,
watch it.
January 31st, 2018.
Watch it now.
When I first met her, face to face, oh my God. That's who she was, man. I said, oh, yep, I'm gonna marry her. I knew it.
Some people just. We've mentioned his name before, but we gotta bring this up again. I, in so many ways, feel sorry for Clarence Thomas. I feel sorry for Clarence Thomas. In so many ways, I feel sorry for Candace Owens. I feel sorry for the one who got into it with Stephen A. Smith, what's his name?
Fat ass. Jason Whitlock.
I feel sorry for people who feel like they gotta put on to get on. You know what I'm saying? Be yourself.
Well, see,
be yourself. You ain't got to put on to get on. You might think you can advance further, but in the interim, look at all that you getting talked about in the interim.
Here's the deal.
That's crazy.
Here's the deal about that right there. See, that's how coons operate. They feel like that if they keep on cooning, that they'll get a pat on the head from White Daddy, and they'll get ahead of everybody else. Well, it doesn't work like that all the time.
You know who can speak on this? But she probably won't because I think she's still a little bitter. That's that Omarosa.
Oh man, yeah.
Omarosa
She
was
did all
kissing
that
Donald
cooning.
Trump
She
ass
did
so
all
hard.
that cooning.
She just knew she was gonna be up there in the White House. Where is she now?
He threw her away like a wet food
And
stamp.
who he put in his place? His daughter.
Exactly.
Now, mind you, this woman got all kind of political affiliation, but he put his daughter and his son-in-law
Right.
in position. Didn't even offer her anything in the
It
White
wasn't
House.
going to either.
But all that time she was cooning, all on his apprentice show.
Oh, she was cooning
And
hard,
what are
too.
you doing now? You doing a reality show that I saw the other day called The Biggest Villain. Girl, you done resorted to that.
Not reality TV.
Reality
That's the lowest
TV.
of the low right there. That's
I mean, I know
scraping the bottom of the
supposedly Donald Trump's show was supposed to be reality, but it was a different type of reality. Now you call yourself a villain. That's what you gonna resort to? You a villain now? Good luck with that.
Oh well.
But those is so now on to today's topic.
Okay. All right.
You
So,
kind of expanded on it earlier in the show. You want to reiterate how you came with this topic?
well, I just want to know the person that asked that question about Steph and his children looking like him. What possessed that person to ask that question? And my question is this right here: what have we normalized? Multiple fathers with multiple children with multiple fathers. Have we normalized that?
Well,
I mean, that's my question. I mean, I really don't know. I mean, that's my question.
I used to think about this all the time. Like, I don't know if you know it or not, but I dated other people before you.
I know that.
And I was engaged a couple of times before you. And just think about it, that if we would have went there and, God forbid, God would have blessed us with a child or whatever, I could have 2 or 3 children right now.
Right.
They're not yours.
Right.
So there are things like that happen.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a mother and a father who have children together,
Right.
I'm pretty sure they, for lack of better words, the father go think they're all his.
Right.
So, but when somebody come to you, I think this is where all this paternity court come from.
Right.
Because I've seen a lot of grandmothers.
Mm-hmm.
They don't look like nobody in my family.
Oh yeah.
That ain't my son,
Oh,
baby.
yeah.
He don't have that bridge on the nose.
There you go.
He ain't got curly hair.
Oh, yeah.
He don't have this. It starts within your own family.
Oh yeah. I agree with you.
But
on
then
that.
to hear someone in the street that said, I think that is even worse.
Mm-hmm.
Because you be like, I know I've been a good girl. I ain't been with nobody else, blah, 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 blah. But I think this has become
the norm.
the norm.
Right.
Semi the norm.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't know you.
Right.
Cause it's not, back in the day, we never had paternity court and stuff like that.
Well, here's the deal.
But now,
I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm
with
glad
the
you
way
said that.
things are now, you don't know what they say. Mama's baby is
Papa's
daddy's baby.
Yeah. And I agree with that. I agree with everything you just said. You're absolutely correct.
But you got my heart though. You know that, right?
Oh, I already know that, baby.
Alright, good.
I know that. Yeah, shit. It ain't going nowhere. I'm ride or die, baby. But anyway, I'm glad you said that though. That was a really good point. You made a really good point. Now, my question, like I said, my question was, what possessed that person to ask that question? I mean, come on. That woman she's married to Steph Curry, so of course her children are going to look like Steph Curry. You know what I mean? So every woman doesn't have multiple children by multiple men. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, which brings me back to my book. Hold on, I want to put the book back up there. Let me put the book back up there. Where is it? Stay with the Black Family. That's it. It brings me back to my book, Stay with the Black Family. Now, you know, oh yeah, Mike said I ain't going nowhere. Yep, I'm not. I'm on lockdown.
Clang, clang.
Yeah, I'm on lockdown. But anyway, but like I said, man, you know, it's to a point, man, to where the state of the Black family is in turmoil because they keep on saying, they keep saying that the Black family is pretty much non-existent because single mothers are pretty much taking over the black family. I mean, what say you, babe? I mean,
Well, they said for a while that back in the 70s and 80s,
yeah,
that the black family was changing.
right.
And then in the 80s and 90s, it said that the black family was in crisis.
Right.
Now, here, currently, there are more women head of households than anything.
True.
So that's past the crisis. That is pretty much a norm.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But when I look at the situation, like I said, I could have 2 or 3 kids because I could have fell in love, had a baby, blah, blah, blah. It didn't work out. Okay, on to the next one. Fell in love, had a baby, didn't work out. On to the next one. Is that my fault?
No.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like you can't really blame the mother or the father, but I think this is the norm.
Well,
Like I was saying earlier, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that there might have been some women who stepped outside the box. All your children the color of this table, and then you have one that's the color of a piece of paper, and then you be like,
wait a minute now.
But just like my mom, her mom, and her dad are brown skinned people.
Right.
My mom was what we consider a red bone or a yellow hammer. Where'd she get that color from? Her great grandmother was that color.
Hell, I can use me as an example.
Because, of course, right. Because I know for a while, they thought my grandmother had stepped out on my grandfather. That's how she got my mom. But
Right.
my mom looked just like her dad.
Yeah.
Got the same nose.
Yeah.
So it's like, you really can't go by color. Just like in my own immediate family, me, my sisters and brother, we're all different colors. We're all different shades of color. Me and my brother had the same type of hair.
Right.
Me and my brother have the same nose. My sister looked, like I said earlier today, she looked just like my sister. She just a different, a darker color. But when you line us all up, we all favor. That's the word I'm looking for. We all favor.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But if you have a situation where your kids look like little star sets, like Steph Curry's,
Yeah.
why are you questioning that?
Exactly.
But
You shouldn't have to question
but
that.
I can see what they saying though. It is rare, even though it shouldn't be rare.
No, it shouldn't
Because
be.
that's what a family dynamic is made up of.
Yeah, a mother and a father.
That people would think, that's odd, because you normally don't see that. That's sad to say,
Yeah.
but that is the new norm that we're living in.
Right.
Yeah. So, like I said, I don't punish women for having multiple children.
Me either. I never have because
Like I said, situation happened, but people like, I'm gonna have to say this because I'm a woman. But people like Nick Cannon, who is purposely
having all these children.
all these children by different women, but he say, so suppose I heard something the other day that I had never heard before, that for a while he thought he was dying.
Right.
And he wanted to leave a legacy, more or less.
Yeah.
But then let's bring up this situation, because I just saw an article on him the other day. Let me pull it up. What's up with Cam Newton?
What's going on with
Cam
him?
Newton pretty much has 8, 9, 10 children. And now he got a girlfriend that's pregnant now. And one of the questions they asked her, or they was criticizing her over, how could you be with him? He has so many children. So let's just flip the switch. That's just like a woman. I know this man, well, he's more my mom and dad age. He married her, and she had 5 children, and neither one of them was his. So why are we judging Cam's new girlfriend?
Yeah.
Because he has so many children. But when a man be with a woman that has children, is that okay? Is that better? Because I guess he's considered, I hate to say this, he's considered Captain Save-A-Ho.
Mike put in the chat put in the chat room, Nick Cannon like that kitty cat.
I guess so. He does something. It's kind of. I mean, and you know what? I'm not saying nothing else. But it's just like we saw. Oh, who we looking? I think we were looking at some comedian the other night. Some of these women are so recycled in the industry.
Yeah.
That these men are having the same women all the time.
Right.
They have women by. These women are having babies by different entertainers, different athletes, and it's kind of.
Oh, I got
to me,
a really
it's kind of
good-
nasty.
I got a really good example.
I'm sorry.
I got a really good example. And you're going to flip your wig when I tell you who this is. Kiki Wyatt.
Well, Well, none of her kids' fathers are bi, I must admit, with Kiki, she married them.
Oh yeah, I agree with you on that.
She
Yeah,
married
she
the
married
men,
those men, but
she's another one that's short of a Happy Meal.
Yeah, she crazy and cat shit. But
Something's wrong with her.
I agree with you on that one.
I think some people like being pregnant, and I think
It's
she was
some
one
people.
of them.
Yeah, you're right. It's some people that are like that. It's some people that are like that. They just enjoy being pregnant. But again, to go back to the whole skin color thing, look at me.
Yeah.
Mom, you see my mother. She's about your color, maybe a shade darker. You seen my sister. She's the same color as her father. I'm light skinned. I mean, even when I was growing up, down home, I was the lightest child in the house.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, look at you seen the picture of my sister Vicky. Darker than Ace of Spades. My brother Marcus too, am I right?
Yeah. Because like I said, like they always say, things like that skips a generation. Like I was saying with my mom, they skipped a generation. It went to my mom.
Right.
None of us had the same skin color as my mom.
Right.
No, I'm the closest one. I'm very well off from her. But I don't even know if that's something that we can ascertain as an issue.
No, it really shouldn't be one. But
things happen in life. People move on. Now, back in the day, they did teach us, if he provided for you, he paying the bill, you stay with that man.
Right.
Even though you can call Emma Joe
and he right there.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I don't know if we as women now can have that psyche mind to know that my husband has a whole family
someplace else.
2 streets over.
Yeah.
Next town over. North Dallas. East Dallas.
Well, I'm not saying that
and
happened.
Still be okay.
Well, I'm not saying that happened all the time, but it didn't happen. But it did happen.
It did happen back then, yeah.
Oh yeah, it didn't happen all the time, but it did happen.
Oh yeah.
Okay, but back then, it's like you said, family. The family structure was they stuck together for the most part. They stayed together for the most part.
But like I said on this show before, if we as women back then,
right,
had the mindset and the economic development that we as women have now,
right,
I don't think we would have.
I agree.
We would have been on the first thing smoking.
Exactly.
Because I know I would.
Oh yeah.
Who is this? Perfect example. The movie Fences.
Oh.
Babe, I don't know. That's why I said, ooh, a whole baby. And then you just gonna tell me I have to deal with it? If I'm gonna have to deal with you?
A famous person.
No.
A very famous person.
Nope.
One of my favorite singers, as a matter of fact. One of my favorite singers. One of Mama called him one of her boyfriends, Smokey Robinson. His first wife was a backup singer. Okay, and after a while, she retired from singing because she decided to be a mother. Okay, and she told Smokey, "Look here. I know what goes on the road. Don't bring no babies home." Well, she said, "Don't bring no diseases home. Don't bring no babies home." Well, over time, Smokey brought a baby home. She divorced him. So that's, and he said he don't blame her because hell, he did what he wasn't supposed to do. He brought a baby home. So, and like I said, it's I'm not going to sit up here and say what's going on with the black family structure is the norm, but we just grown to accept it for the most part.
Absolutely.
Okay, so but I love to see, like, take your brother's family, for instance. The mother and the husband are still together.
Absolutely.
And the children are still in the household. And they're doing halfway decent.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. So, and we need to see more of that. But you don't see more of that. 9 times out of 10, what you see is a single mother with more than one child. Okay?
But I really don't think women go in. Like I said, there are some women who be like, I don't care, I just want the kid. But I don't think we as women go in saying, I want to be a single mother.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
They don't, because they figure if they give themselves to this person, that this person going to stay with them through thick and thin.
Right.
Well, that doesn't necessarily happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, things happen.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm a prime example of that. You know, my mom and pops didn't work out. Pops went on about his business, married somebody else. Mom said, "Okay, go and do you. I'll be all right."
Right.
And she was.
But see, that's why I understand how men, you have a seed out here. Does that not cross your conscience?
Oh
at
no, I'm gonna get on the
all?
men too. I'm getting ready to get on
I'm
the
just-
brothers
I
right
don't
now.
know.
I'm about to get on the brothers right now. So brothers, y'all ain't exempt from this bullshit. Okay. Now, if you are out here slinging ding-a-ling all over the damn place, and that's exactly what you're doing. You know, if you have a child out there, take care of your child. You ain't got to be with the mama. Just take care of your child. Because there's way too many children out here that's going buck wild, especially young men that's out here going buck wild because you didn't want to be a man and step up to the plate and be a father.
Right. Not to put nobody on Front Street, but we had a conversation a couple of days ago. And I just kept saying the way he was talking, something with that story didn't sound right.
Okay.
And come to find out, he stepped out on his marriage.
Of course.
And came home with a baby. And now the way he was talking, it seemed like this woman is taking him to the bank.
Oh, hell yeah.
So whose fault is that?
His.
So why are you getting upset with her? Because she's taking you to the bank.
That's what she's supposed to do.
Because I feel like I said, I'm just a woman speaking from a woman's perspective. I think he lied to her. I think, now there are some women who will be with you, know you married, blah, blah, blah. But I don't think she'll be taking you to the bank if she knew your full stance. If she knew you was married, she knew what y'all was doing, there has to be some type of compromise on that because y'all both are grown, y'all know what y'all was doing.
Exactly.
But if I'm in this thing thinking it's just me and you and then this happened, then I was like, you gonna come and tell me you're married? What? Oh, okay.
Yeah. No.
I do understand there are some women out here who are bitter.
Oh, no doubt.
I understand there are
Hell
some
yeah.
women who say, well, me and my baby gonna get everything.
Exactly.
Because I still don't know how when these celebrities go to the courts, which I don't think is necessary. You should be able to sit down at the kitchen table and have a conversation on what you're gonna do for your children.
Right.
But when they go to the courts and these judges give these people $20,000 and $25,000 and $30,000 a month because their kids need to live up to a certain lifestyle. I don't understand that.
Right.
And they don't even have to be celebrity. There's some people down here I know who, because he lives up north and she's still down south, we got to meet in the middle, huh? But like I said, the government is for the children.
Right.
And we can't knock that.
Right.
We can't knock, because like I said, I used to do a little HR and payroll, and I used to see them guys, and they used to get them $1,500, $1,600, $1,700 checks.
And then they come out to $5.
And then that child support hit.
And they come back to $5.
They barely making $800 and $700. They be like, wait a minute. And I have to show them that petition order that I got in the mail.
Right.
They quit. And see, to
On the
me,
spot.
I feel like they're lack of a man for quitting.
I agree.
Because you're quitting on your child or your children, because someone have more than one.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, what do you do? So when they say that the black family is in crisis earlier, like in the early 90s, 2000s, it was. I don't know what we could have done to prevent it, but here we are now that we have more women of households now.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but we have a lot of black children in adoption too.
Oh, yes. That's very true.
So I don't know what do we do? Where can we go from here?
Yeah.
Or do we just adapt to, quote unquote, the new norm?
Right.
I don't know. But that was a good, like you said, I have it is, like I said, it is rare to see.
And that's
because even with let's talk about the blended families.
Yeah.
Because she coming with 2 children, he come with a child or 2, there's a blended family.
Right.
And I mean, I must admit, I like what Steve Harvey said when he got with, I think, Marjorie, whatever. He said, we eliminate the word step. That's my daughter, that's my son. But I'm not going to take that position away from if they actually have a mom and a dad, they're actually biological. I would never do that. But in this household right here, I won't treat you like a step. I will treat you like you're my own.
Right.
So.
Well, Mike raised a really good point. When we were talking about the men that just quit on their child whenever they start hitting their child support payment, he said they didn't quit and they were trying to get their pump on. You are absolutely right, Mike. You are absolutely right. They didn't, when they were trying to get, they were making that baby, they didn't quit that.
some men are mature with it and some men are not.
No, you're absolutely right. I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that 100%.
I see a lot of men who do that, and then as soon as that woman says she's pregnant, he's out. I do not understand that at all.
Well, that's what happens when you have sex unprotected.
He should know that as well. Hey, there's something out there that you can use too, sir.
Exactly.
Just don't put the responsibility on me.
Thank you. Exactly. I agree with you on that one.
You don't feel right. Well,
you got a problem.
Either this or that.
Exactly.
This or that. You can get with this.
Come on now. Do that black
you know
sheep.
what we're doing. And in the end, it's going to be something that's going to cost us a lot of money over many years.
Exactly.
And it do not stop at 18. And it do not stop at 21.
Nope.
So, get with it.
For real. That's just the way it is, brother. I mean, you put yourself in a situation, man. Don't get mad. Just be careful.
But like I said, yes. Like so to answer your question of the show, I guess this is the new norm. And I hope a lot of people, some people might get offended, some might not. Because you be like, I don't mind kids about to say, well,
okay,
some people
cool.
do. Some people, be like, what? They got the same, but I just hope some people don't take it there because now you just don't know.
Right.
You just do not know.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like you said, your family, my family, it's a lot of families.
Right.
Some people have stayed together and they all got the same father. Like I have a cousin, they all got different daddies.
Mm-hmm.
But they just as tight as glue.
Right.
So it's like it's what you make it.
Right.
It's what you make and how you do it, But I won't blame the government, but they have a hand in it.
Yeah, the government definitely has a hand in it. Because like I said, way back when our grandparents were alive, it was rare you saw a single black mother. Rare. I mean, not to say that you didn't see it. I just said it didn't happen a lot. And it didn't happen a lot. A single black mother? No.
And even if something happened to that father, or even if he decided to leave or whatever, Granny didn't stay single for long.
Sure.
Granny did not stay single for long. She started frying chicken and cornbread and taking it around to Mr. Henry house.
Or Pastor Johnson.
Right. Next thing you know, Granny getting married, Pastor Johnson, okay?
For sure, man.
Granny married, Granny last name done changed again.
For sure, yep. That's just the way it was. I can take my great grandmother for instance, Miss Ella Mills, man. That woman right there, that man, she was married 5 times.
See what I mean? Granny woman, she didn't stay. Well, baby, we didn't work out. Oh, on to the, in the words of Jay-Z, on to the, no, that Jay-Z, on to the next.
On to the next one, yeah.
On to the next. So, won't be single for long.
Exactly. My great grandmother was like that, man. Well, the thing about great grandma, her husband kept dying. So so the woman died, she get another one. Woman died, she get another one. So but anyway, yeah, it was like I said, it was rare for back then for a single black mother. Not to say that didn't happen, because it did.
Oh yeah, it happened, but then again, that's when that village kicked in.
Yeah, the village would take care of the children.
That village would kick in.
Yeah,
so
that
it's
village would kick in. Yeah.
It's different now. Like if you have a village now, you are very blessed.
Oh man, yeah.
Very blessed.
I agree with you on that one.
Some doing some don't know. So we can't really, like I said earlier, especially like with these kids. You think you doing something new, babe? I used to do that back in the day. You just do it a different way. Everything is repetition.
I tell people all the time, man, the game is still the same. Only thing that's different are the players on the field.
Right. So like I said, even though we didn't see it, I'm pretty sure there were some single households back then, or there was some outside children, but they weren't treated any different.
Of course not.
Some people say they were, but
of course not.
I didn't live that life. I don't know, but.
Well, I can honestly tell you this, man. I went to my stepmother's funeral, and I can honestly tell you that woman hated me and she hated my brother Brandon because we're the other women's children.
And see, I don't understand it, because what they got to do with you?
Not a damn thing.
You're innocent.
So I'm innocent in the whole situation. Here's the thing about it, though. Now, her and Pops didn't get married to 1972. I'm born in 71. Okay, so you weren't married at the time. All right, you were on and off with Pops. He met Mom when he was on one of those off moments with you. Okay, he just happened to get both of y'all pregnant at the same time because he was going between the both of you. All
And
right.
they didn't even know about each other.
They
did
didn't even know about each other until somebody came up to mom and said, "Did you know such and such was pregnant?" I'm not gonna mention her name, but and mom said, "No, but I do now." And that's when she confronted pops about it. And next thing you know, mom said, "Hey, that's who you want to be with? Go on over there."
And that was one of the things I was saying when you came to me with this story. If we all just be upfront with one another, would we have so many outside children now? If we all just say, "Hey, I've been out here doing this, and this."
Mike raised a really good point. He said, "Yeah, what does that have to do with you? Nothing, not a damn thing,
Right.
Mike." And she took that hatred to her grave. I'm telling you, she did, because she couldn't stand my yellow behind. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
That's sad.
She couldn't.
That's
But anyway,
really sad.
and I would never disrespectful to her either. I kept on my square. I would say, "Hey, how you doing? You looking good?" And I left it at that. So
Some people can be mature about it. I mean, as adults, we can be immature toward children who are innocent.
Exactly.
Have nothing to do. They're
I've
just
seen that
innocent.
happen. I've experienced it, so
Yeah,
I know.
so-
So I know for a fact it can happen like that. But anyway, I'm
Good
gonna
topic.
put
Good
the number up
topic.
here. Put the number up here. I want Mike to call in. Hold on, Mike. I want you to call in. I want your opinion on this. I want to hear what you have to say. 469-522-9103. So, but anyway, numbers on the screen. 469-522-9103. But yeah, I think that we should bring the black family back to its former glory.
And how can we do that?
Instead of telling women and encouraging women to go out here being bad bitches, encourage them to go out and find you somebody that's going to love you for you and who you are, and settle down, get married, have some children. Because being a hoe all your life ain't gonna cut it.
Well, I think when they say be a bad bitch, they mean be independent.
Okay, and that's fine. And that's
don't
fine.
depend on a man. Get your own.
And
stand on
that's
your
fine.
Own 2
If you
feet.
have to do it by yourself, by all
Right.
means, do it by yourself. If you have to, but don't try to outman.
We don't want to, but then
Well,
we
I'm
give
just
it
saying.
you, and then you be like, she make more money than me. I'm finna Cadillac.
Oh
What?
hell no! I would never do that. I don't want no woman taking care of me.
Excuse me?
Damn that.
What?
Well, see, them ain't men. Those ain't men right there. I don't want no woman taking care of me. Here goes Mike. Hold on. Hey, Mike.
What's going on, bro?
Not a lot, man. Hey, you heard the subject, man. So I would love to hear your opinion on this.
Oh, which one you want to talk about?
Let's talk about
There's
this.
a lot of-
Let's talk about the black family issue, man. What do you think should happen, and what do you think about it in general?
Oh man, when it comes to black family issues, they keep saying, people say, you pray on it, but
Right.
it's hard to pray and still try to keep a sane mindset when it comes to stuff like that. With black family issues, it's too much drama, in my opinion, in some of these black family issues.
Okay.
And you got to get rid of the drama. Save the drama for your mama. Let the mama pray on it and handle it in the best way possible.
Right.
Because nowadays, like you were saying about your situation, it's sad that the child has to be stuck between the rock and the hard place.
Right.
Situations like that.
Right.
I remember you was telling us that when we dropped off my mama's, picture and stuff.
Right.
And I'm thinking, what do that got to do with you? I mean, this woman, there's nobody who can say they forgive one another, and our preacher preaches on that about forgiveness and all that stuff. But when you're in a situation where there's no forgiveness, do you forgive or do you just carry on as an individual?
Well, I can just speak for myself, Mike. I forgave that woman before she even passed away. And the reason why I did is because I know that me being born wasn't my fault.
Exactly.
So I didn't have anything to do with that. The person that she had an issue with, that man died in 2015. She should have been confronting him about it. Don't get mad at me.
Exactly.
I'm just a result of what happened. So, and besides that, when he was with my mother, he wasn't even with you. So I think that's the biggest problem that she had right there. But here's the funny part, though, Mike. Pops turned around and had another child with another woman while they were married.
Oh my goodness.
That's what I'm saying. So how could that even be? How could she even hold anything toward you?
Exactly.
That's crazy.
But she didn't like Brandon
so how
either.
did she hold it?
Right. I mean, she didn't like Brandon either. She hated Brandon. I mean, because Brandon was telling me, man, she didn't like me either.
But did she hold him accountable? The man, her husband.
Good point. A good question. I don't know. I wasn't a fly on the wall, so I couldn't tell you.
She didn't work this.
I think what it is, back in the day when the women they were faithful to their man.
That's all I just been saying.
You
She
know,
must
a
have.
lot of women were just faithful to their man, and then when it's a different kind of hurt situation. I think nowadays, you
Right.
know, these women they could clean, they make sure the man, the kids taken care of. When the men go out and do something like that, it's a hurt that that caused a lot of problems, and they end up taking out on everybody.
Right.
I think that's wrong to do. But see, nowadays, in this day and age, you got some of these girls, they take the kids and to hell with the man.
Yeah.
Right.
Bust the windows out his car. They hope his new girlfriend cut off his nut and everything else. It's a different kind of new age and new way.
Well, you're right. Because we don't need that because we're independent.
Right.
If we weren't independent, you wouldn't have all this going on. Believe me.
I agree.
Believe me.
I agree.
Some, I'm not gonna say that. With some, possibly, but with majority, they'll stay.
Right.
They will stay.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
But now that we got our independence, peace out and take this take this sugar in your tank with you.
Exactly.
How about
One
that?
thing I can say about my mom and dad, even though my mom used to talk to me about this, she said, even though your daddy did his deeds or whatever, they always made a promise that they were going to come together when it came to the kids.
And that's what
Right.
they did.
And I said, now that's awesome. I mean, like I said, even in my situation, I'm still want to have a relationship with my children. But you got these women where they older mamas be trying to train them to say, well, turn against him. They try to turn the kids against them.
Right.
Everybody, he's the enemy to every damn body.
Right.
But then when they have a need, they want the daddy to step in.
Right.
And, I can respect my mother and my daddy for being like that, especially in this day and age.
Yeah.
Because like I said, you have a situation going on, it went on, where the dad had cheated and the mama was trying to turn the kids against him. And some of them still hold grudges against the dad. The dad's trying to spend the rest of his life making up for the situation.
Yeah.
And I can honestly say from my personal experience, that's the one thing my mother never did do. I mean, she never. Yeah. I mean, the whole time. I mean, she told me a long time ago who my father was, because I knew it wasn't my stepfather. Yeah. I knew that, but she told me flat out who he was. But she never said anything bad about it, ever. And and me personally, I hate it when I hear women tell their children, "Oh, your daddy ain't shit. That's why he ain't here, because he ain't shit." That's wrong.
Exactly.
That's wrong. I mean, if that daddy is a piece of crap, then let that child find out on their own.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
They may think he's the greatest thing since sliced bread, or something else.
Right.
They think you the one who ain't about jack.
Right.
Like
exactly.
Cat Williams said. Maybe you the one who ain't.
Right. Exactly. Oh yeah, I remember that joke. He said, if you are over the age of 30 and you still talking about niggas ain't shit, need to figure out what you doing to keep attracting ain't shit niggas. It might be you.
Exactly.
So, and he's absolutely right.
It might be you.
Right.
You might be the problem.
Right.
So don't teach your kids to hate on your daddy when you the one with the issues.
Exactly.
Some women, but sometimes our women need to be careful what they say and how they go about it.
Oh, I agree with that. Yes.
Most definitely.
I agree with that.
I'm not trying to downrate the women, but just be careful, ladies, what you say, because like my mama used to tell me, don't burn your bridges, baby.
Oh, come on now. That's good advice.
Never burn your bridges.
Yeah.
Never burn your bridges. Don't put your hands on a woman. And never burn your bridges.
Oh, yeah.
I said, cool.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the way you got to do things nowadays, man. That's what I think that keeps black families strong, is bring back some of these good old values.
Oh
because
yeah.
I know a lot of us don't get the good values like we did. I consider my brothers, my sisters, and me blessed to be able to have parents that, like my mom and my dad, to talk to us and tell us these things, man. Like
That's
even
right.
if your mom, like your mom now,
Oh
she
yeah.
tell you something, man, bye bye, hold on to it, and bring it over into your next generation of people because really no offense, when I look around, it ain't worth being in other relationships. Really. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of booty and boobies out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we can be a whole bunch of Cannons and Cam Newtons out there.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I'm serious, because with the LBGTQ and all this other stuff going on, there's a
Right.
lot of confusion and there's a
Exactly.
lot of misled young folk who just don't know, man.
Right.
And to bring back these black family values, the key word values.
Mm-hmm.
If you ain't bringing back these values, man, you can just forget about it. We might as well be a dying nation,
Yeah.
You know what,
especially the
Mike?
black family.
You know what, Mike? You hit the nail on the head, man. Cause I'm just
Yeah.
like you, and I have, it's a lot of good looking women out there, but the way I see
Mm,
it, this is just how I see it. The way I see it is like this here. There's nothing that another woman can do that my wife either isn't already doing or can't do.
mm-hmm,
So that's
mm-hmm.
just the way I see the situation. I mean, I don't care what it is, because I got everything right here. So why should I step out if I got everything right here? So,
Yeah.
and you're absolutely right about the whole family values thing, man, because like, I'm quite sure you're teaching your girls family values as you should.
Oh yeah.
So,
Keep them up until somebody say I do.
exactly.
It's
That's
hard, man.
right.
Because one thing in these relationships, you ever notice the ratio on how long couples stay married?
You know what? I think the average is 5 years.
Yeah, the average is 5 years. Some 2 years.
Yeah.
Years ago, it was 2 years. Now it's starting to improve, and
I
that's sad.
I joke with people when people ask me how long me and my wife have been married. I say, "Well, I ain't dead yet, so so I guess you're gonna keep me around a little bit." So
Yeah,
so
Or y'all could then start entertaining that Johnny Taylor old sonnet. It's cheaper
keep it
to
a
keep
keeper. There you go.
her.
yeah.
It's cheaper to
Keep the
keep
people.
her. Cause baby,
That's my
I'm telling
song.
these courts ain't playing with y'all no more. They
They sure
taking
ain't.
all y'all
They
check.
sure ain't. Take your whole check. You be.
That's my song back there. I'm feeling like boy Johnny Taylor was something else.
Oh, he sure
But
was, man. He was telling the truth.
I mean, exactly. Because I think it's sad, especially like in our black family. Because we got too many values for us to be messing up stuff all the
That's
time.
right.
Right.
If it goes wrong, then it goes wrong. Don't get me wrong. Stuff happens.
Right.
But if you just because he don't give you money or she didn't ride you good enough or she always complaining all the time, the Bible says, man, you better off staying in the top corner of your roof than to deal with a nagging woman out
Oh yes, that's the Bible quote I
there. You
was looking
gotta,
for.
yeah.
That's the
But you
Bible quote I
gotta
was looking
What he
for.
put
say?
up
Say
with that and
what?
do
Stay in the
what
corner
needs
of
to
a
be done.
roof.
Yes, that you know
Yeah.
what, Mike? I was looking for the Bible quote last week. I mean, a couple of weeks ago. I was looking for the very same Bible quote you just quoted, man. I was looking for that. I said, man, come on, what's that Bible quote? Thank you,
Proverbs.
thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. I
But you
appreciate
gotta
that.
just be, but you gotta be able to. In this day and age, as a man, our women should support what we're going through because you got the woman, you got your boss, you got society, you got everything. And one of the weakest links is when a woman don't support her black man. A
Right,
black woman got to, if you're gonna be back to a black man, you got to deal with the things and be able to inspire and help upbuild and just build this fortress that you talk about.
mm-hmm.
And one of the weak things that I've been experiencing with my wife for a lot of times and seeing other relationships is nobody knows how to build a fortress. Nobody knows how to build a family business. And I ain't talking about like, family businesses where you got like food business and all. I'm talking about household business,
Oh yeah,
you know. And it's just one of those sad situations, bro.
yep,
Because, some guys, they say, well, if you out there working 2 jobs or whatever, you want to run the household, that's the whole, the thing. But when you got two people trying to pull, and always into stuff and always arguing about stuff, and doing it in front of the kids, and the kids get confused and they think this is normal behavior. It's not really normal behavior at the same time.
Well, think of it.
And I say, well, what do we do? And that's something, because like you said, you like read a lot of books.
Right.
That's one thing that I think could probably go on the show, man, is to find results or solutions to why these things are happening and what can be done to help improve that. And I think those will be at least a start with our black society and black community now.
Of course, Mike.
I don't know what y'all think, but it's something to look into, something that could be experienced. And somebody who listens to your show is probably going through these things, and they say, well, they get lost in that wilderness, and they be like, well, who can I turn to? What can I talk about? What can I do to improve that? I think you'd be surprised who maybe respond, and thank you for that kind of stuff, man.
Well, it's like this, Mike. And I appreciate them props, man. I tell people all the time, man. People have asked me. He said, because they have asked me flat out, what do you do with your wife that y'all do together? And I said, well, the first thing we do is we got this podcast together. And I think that's the biggest problem with a lot of people. They don't enjoy the company of their wives or girlfriends or whatever, And I also tell them that we not only do we do the podcast together, we do jigsaw puzzles together. I mean, she was kind of reluctant to do it the first time because she kept on saying the pieces were missing, but she always found them. So, but that was something that we did together. As a matter of fact, we got about 5 or 6 puzzles we need to put together now.
Oh, cool.
Well, let me flip the switch right here, and let's talk about what's the elephant in the room here lately that's in the news.
Okay.
Could y'all put her with a woman that's acting like Jada Pinkett Smith right now?
Oh, hell no.
Do y'all think that she is emasculating her man?
She has already done it. I mean, because and
do y'all think he needs to stay with her now that this is out in the open?
Oh, that's up to him.
Because she's talking about she was in love with a whole nother man pretty much the whole time they were married.
I know that. See, and Will Smith is a whole different man than me because I would have been gone. What about you, Mike?
But you're not honoring your vows because your vows said for better, for worse, for rich or poor.
I don't care. If that's who you want to be with, bye. I mean, what do you say, Mike?
There's nothing she can do with him. He's gone. He's passed on.
Will Smith and Jada Pinkett.
Yeah, I would have been gone. What about you, Mike?
Tupac is gone.
Let me put it like this: if she's gonna dishonor what this man is, and he's gonna dishonor her, then you go your separate way.
Exactly.
There's no need for you to be enemies and let your kids see that kind of behavior.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Because, like I said, it takes two to tango.
There you go.
You can't tango by yourself. Because I ain't gonna blame either one of the parties. Because see, I blame money. Because money has driven both them Negroes crazy. And they don't know how to manage themselves, money-wise or spiritual-wise, anything else. They got all these issues going in their household. And I ain't saying I'm perfect and holy roller, but I think in this Hollywood situation with going on with this music and all this money that's being made, some people just can't handle success like they're supposed to.
I agree.
They've been putting on the front for years, man. So
I agree.
It takes two to tango. It goes both ways.
Yeah.
Because she de-escalating him, you can rest assured he de-escalating her.
Right. I mean, my whole point is this right here. And my grandfather told me this a long damn time ago. He said, don't ever get with a woman and stay with a woman that does not respect you as a man. So she doesn't respect him as a man because
she said she do. She said Will is her best friend.
Okay.
And they decided a long time ago that they were not going to get divorced.
How can he be her best friend if she's exposing him to society?
Hello.
How is she exposing him? She just living her truth. She's living her truth. She said when she met Will.
Is she doing this to know that maybe she know her money ain't gonna be right? Because Will Smith got a little cash on him.
He was a top box what was
she
it, rapper?
Doing lately? Yeah. And is she, because everybody and mama trying to write a book to get rich.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean, what is she got behind the scenes to where she's talking all this mess about this man
Right.
and downrating him like that.
Right.
See, when he was successful, making all those movies, making those millions, being popular, it was they claimed that they putting on this greatest big show for everybody.
Exactly.
It's just they this happy, wonderful couple.
Exactly.
I
Now,
was thinking about this the other day. What's her name? Cherie, his first woman. He got the son by.
Yeah.
Her name Cherie.
yeah,
Yeah. You know, that was a beautiful woman at the time. I said, what was so messed up about that relationship?
And from my
to where,
understanding,
because
it was
she,
Jada.
Speaking of
broke it up.
the other woman, I mean, is she trying to bring this out now? What's really going on with Will? What's really going on with her? Will Smith, admitted that he got a lot of his thing from his abusive father.
right,
You know, his daddy used to whoop up on his mama.
right.
So and they took it on down to him. Who's to say maybe she's hurt because maybe Will done, put some hands on her.
Exactly. I mean, the only way we would know for a fact is if we were a fly on the wall. But
Exactly.
But the thing of it is, I mean, it's just like, because I know for a fact, if I were just blatantly disrespectful to your sister, I would be out of this house so quick, So I ain't, and that's the way it should be because I'm being disrespectful. And it's the same deal with a woman. If a woman's being disrespectful towards me, I holler at you. I'm sorry. And she's being very disrespectful. She's being very disrespectful. I mean, if she was in love with Tupac, which we knew she was in the first damn place. I've been knowing that.
Oh yeah.
So
See, who's to say? Who cares if she was in love with Tupac?
Exactly.
If we're gonna take that personally, maybe there's something wrong with his situation. Maybe he ain't long enough for her.
Right.
Who knows?
Right.
But
that's
the
what I'm
problem
telling you.
is, if you gonna keep on making Tupac an issue, man, grow up and move on. Come with me, Hail Mary.
Right.
Whatever. But all I know is, I mean, if this dude, because I'm looking at Tupac's history, there's a lot of women who was in love with Tupac.
Hell yeah.
Still
I said,
is.
what this dude doing and what he got going on to where these women just croon out to him like that?
Exactly.
His mind, he was very smart.
Oh yeah, he was very
Was you
intelligent.
in love with Tupac?
Yeah, he's very smart. He was very intelligent. He held my attention by the way and the things he spoke about. Well, when he get drunk and he be wilding out, but when he to himself, and I saw some of his interviews where he was just straight up talking, very intelligent, brilliant mind,
No doubt.
Yeah.
brilliant mind. So yeah. And that's what she probably was attracted to. And I'm not going to put anything against Will because at that time, she even said this. I listened to her interview the other day on The Breakfast Club, and she was saying that at that time, Will was a top-notch rapper. He was considered a clean rapper because he didn't use all those cuss words. And then he was interested in her, and they whatever they got together. But in the interim, she had Tupac, and he even said this. He said, "I kept saying, here I am, this top rapper, well renowned, finna start doing these blockbuster movies, but you still have an opinion for Tupac?"
Right.
And he wasn't even as big as Will at that time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. The word emasculate, I don't know if that's what she's doing. Because like I said, Will ain't no slacker.
Nah.
I don't think he would let no. I mean, I know he saw what his dad did to his mom, but I don't think he would stay in a situation where he's getting emasculated, where he just feel like his belly is scraping the ground because he's so low.
Right.
I think, in essence, I think they probably stay for their children because they probably want their children to live or be in a 2-parent household. And like they said, they haven't been together since 2016. Their children are grown, so why did they even stay together that long? Your children grown.
Really?
So it's something else. And like she said the other day, she said, we made a decision that we're not going to divorce. We're just going to separate. And so they asked her, so what are you going to do now? She said, we're working on it.
Okay.
So it's some kind of pact that they made a long time ago, because she said, he is my person and I am his person. But then I look at it like this. When they separated in 2016, is that when she got with that little young boy?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, did she want to be with someone else? And instead of disrespecting her marriage, they decided to separate. And that's when she was with August. I
don't know what the deal
because
is,
it's like, that makes no sense. I know people get separated. I know people now who are still. So I'm like, what's taking y'all so long to get divorced? But some people do that. But the thing with them, they still live in the same house.
Right.
It's kind of odd.
Well, I ain't
That's
gonna.
odd.
I ain't gonna dip into that situation. That's a weird deal anyway.
Yeah, it is. So it's like I can't really. I don't know the emasculation. That's the word that's going around now. I don't know if that's the word to use with their situation. Cause like I said, Will don't come off to me as being no slacker. If he was a slacker, would he have defended her what Chris Rock was saying, or would he be like every other man sitting up there laughing because Chris Rock was funny? So that's like a double tundra for me. It's like
Well,
if he is emasculated, why is he protecting her over a little word that Chris Rock said?
Well, I think
I don't know.
that situation, that's a whole other deal right there. I would have handled that a little bit different. I just would pull Chris Rock to the side and just.
Absolutely.
But that's what I would have done.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
If she keep playing, she did not know he was gonna do that.
well, she probably didn't. But still, I'm just saying, man, she didn't try to stop him. That's all I got to say about that. But anyway, she didn't. I mean, that's kind of obvious. She sat there and looked at him do it. She could have stopped him and said, "Will, what you getting ready to do?" But she didn't stop him. She wasn't trying to.
I don't think she knew. Cause he just hopped up and went on stage.
Okay, but anyway.
Cause she even said,
Let
I
me
thought
ask
it was
y'all
a
this question
skit.
Then.
You know.
Do y'all think that money plays a major role as to why most black families don't succeed?
Here's the deal, Mike.
Finance. Yes.
I can honestly tell you this: the number one reason why people get divorced is over finances. That's the number one reason.
Do you think that's a problem? The reason why I say that, Reggie, is because my father-in-law, I got ready to marry my wife. My father-in-law took me outside his house and said, "Mike, you know what the main reason why people don't stay together?
Money.
Money."
Yeah.
And I just looked at him like I thought that was supposed to be the key, was money.
Mm-hmm.
Because, they say, well, if he ain't got no money, you should be married with this nigga. And so on, and
Right.
all this other stuff.
Right.
But then you're told that reason, money is the reason why that breaks up. And I just looked at him. And then, later they end up getting divorced because of money.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean,
thinking,
that's the main reason why people get divorced, because of money, because of finances. It's because of money. That's the main reason why people get. That's the number one reason people get divorced is because of money. Okay. The second reason is, of course, the bedroom action.
Yeah.
But the number one reason why people get divorced is money. Now, do I think that money is a factor in most divorces? Yes. Lack of it. Lack of it. That's the problem. Because, at any given moment, and I hate to say this, either one of us could lose our job.
Right.
At any given moment.
Exactly. So it shouldn't be about money.
So it really shouldn't be about money.
You know what we say, Reggie? We say that the money don't make the man. The man
makes the money. Exactly.
And it really shouldn't be about the bedroom action, because what if that person is sick or has something going on that she can't or he can't?
Exactly my point.
So that's why I say you gotta be in love and get married for something more than just that.
Right, I agree.
But a lot of people don't. Some people get married for how they look.
Yep.
What this person have.
Yep.
What they think they can get with this person.
Yep.
I remember Daddy used to tell us that, Mike. He used to tell us people don't marry for love no more.
A lot of them don't.
He said people marry for financial profit.
Yeah, they do. A lot of them
financial
do.
gain.
A lot
And that
of them
was
do.
sad. I'm like, well, I don't want a relationship like that. I want somebody who truly love me. Like when I'm down and out or when I'm sitting on top of the stars, I want you to love me the same.
Exactly.
But a lot of people don't.
Well,
And that's why we have a lot of divorces.
About that. I was always concerned about that.
Yeah.
Because I kept wondering, well, if y'all got the 2-story house, you got the cars, you got the black swimming pool, you got your kids and all these activities, karate, gymnastics, things of that nature. You go to this big fine church, you travel, you go to Cozumel, you go on the boat cruises, and you do all these wonderful things. But you hate each other. You can't stand one another.
Yeah.
It's all a facade. They have a facade.
We talk about the money in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Well, my question is, and not to make this a religious thing, where does God come into this thing?
Exactly.
Do.
That's a good question.
The reason why black families are suffering is because of the lack of God, well as money.
Oh yeah, it's that. And it's like we said before, they get married for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, it's a facade. It's all like a it's like reality TV. They gotta keep up this present, like we're good here, we got money, we're good, we in love, blah 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 blah, and knowing damn well they probably like only have cheese and mayonnaise in their refrigerator.
Right. I mean,
Probably got
Yeah.
2 pennies in their bank. They probably done maxed
Yeah.
out all their credit cards, but we will never know because they don't know. That's not how they portray themselves in public.
right.
You know, so you never know. That, like Green say, follow them home.
Exactly.
Follow them home and you'll
Yeah.
know the truth. But you won't know
Exactly.
because they got to keep up this presence
Follow them home.
They got to keep up this present in the public.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot
Yeah.
a lot of people do that.
Mike, it's like this here, man. You know, when me and your sister started this podcast, it was somebody that said that the way that we interact is fake.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah, people always do that.
I mean, they say,
But
oh,
you
y'all,
gotta
that's
talk
fake.
reality.
Yeah.
Reality is going to always make people think things is fake.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Because I was going to say, people will think right is wrong and wrong is right all the time.
Exactly.
You know, your own good book says that, but at the same time, well, if you know, what do you got this podcast for? Well,
Right.
it's to get your point across, it's to talk about subjects to try to improve.
Yeah.
From just listening to it. Yeah, I know y'all use certain words,
Mm-hmm.
but at the end, you talk about certain topics.
Yeah.
But it's to educate our black folk
Right.
as to what's really going on, man. Because if we gonna continue to be lost in the wilderness, these white folks gonna keep on playing like
Which is
You know.
which is why we have this podcast. But like I said, Mike, when we first started this,
on the podcast. It ain't about being fake.
right?
You know, everybody got a podcast. I mean, how can you listen to Steve Harvey and all of them?
Exactly.
Steve Harvey done been through 3 marriages.
Hell
But you
yeah,
still listen to him.
yeah, exactly.
His
I mean,
wife is already cheating on him, but you still listen to him on in the morning when you go to work.
exactly.
So how can you sit up and say a podcast is fake when you listening to this stuff every day?
Yeah.
And this man, not to judge him, but yeah, you got all kinds of people going with these podcasts and radio stations and all these podcasts that's going through personal issues, and they talk about their personal issues.
Right, exactly. I
Like
mean,
Jada Pinkett Smith.
right, precisely. I
He
mean,
got a podcast.
yeah.
A show.
yeah, and that's pretty much what I was getting at. I mean, you know, the thing of it is, what really pissed me off about them saying that that the way we interact is fake is because it was somebody that we knew.
Well, do y'all know how many people don't have conversations?
Yeah,
Some
exactly.
people do not talk to one another.
And I tell people
They
all the
don't.
time, and I tell people all the damn time, the way we're talking on this podcast, we've been talking like this, and my wife can back me up. We've been talking like this since day one. This ain't nothing
Day
new to us.
one.
This is the only thing that's different are the microphones in our faces. That's it.
That's it.
That is it. We talk like this all the damn time. Hell, Mike, you know that. We talk like this all the time. So you know, I mean, because I can remember when we first started dating, man, we would get on the phone at 6:00 and p.m. and then we wouldn't get off the phone till 6:00 a.m.
And had to go to work.
and had to go to work the next day.
Yeah.
We did. I'm not making this up, Mike. We stay on the phone that long.
Yep. But some people don't. Some people
Disgusting.
been together for and they don't even talk.
No, they don't.
They don't even know his favorite colors or what he thinks. Some of you know where they work.
Exactly.
They don't know nothing.
And
'Cause
that's
a lot
the
of
problem.
people just don't talk. And nobody say how you gonna have a healthy relationship if you don't communicate?
Yeah, you gotta talk,
That's
man.
crazy.
You gotta talk.
I
mean,
am not Dionne Warwick. I cannot read your mind.
She can't even read mine.
No, I cannot, and I'm not even trying to step
I
in
didn't know
try
y'all was
to.
up that late.
Oh man,
I
yeah.
would've hung up and said, look, we could see this tomorrow. I gotta go to bed.
But we didn't.
For real.
We
I
didn't,
would've
man.
told them I gotta go to bed. I'm sorry, but you know, let the Lord handle you. I'm gonna pray for you,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna move on to the next week.
But it's just that conversation
That's
just be
too
so
late to
interesting
discuss that.
and
I see,
and you
now,
getting to know one
this
another.
shows you, Reggie,
Mhm.
how successful you are if you're up that time of morning.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that. Now that's somebody who's probably, you'd be surprised how people accept good advice.
Yeah.
They can accept good advice even in the church. That's the reason why I don't let stuff bother me when it comes to people thinking, oh, so-and-so sings better than you, or so-and-so preaches better than you. You'd be surprised how open folk is. But they really got their funny way of admiring you because they never been raised on how to compliment.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's another problem. There's so many topics that could be talked about the black family. It's ridiculous.
Oh
You
yeah.
could write a whole dictionary
Yeah.
on black behavior and black values. and
Oh
how they
yeah.
move.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You
Oh,
ain't
man,
lying.
Come on. Where do you begin?
Exactly.
And see, the problem is what folk don't understand is folk have this odd way of admiring you.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the reason why I hope that y'all keep this thing going, because even though one person has an issue or say stuff like that, another person's taking notes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the way I see it.
Always remember that. Always remember that. See, the devil gonna always try to bring you down when you got something good going.
Right.
Always remember that.
Mm-hmm.
You got God on your side. You got the devil on your side. And sometimes you have to deal with the devil, but you let God deal with him in God's way, and you deal with him in your way.
That's right.
You got to flee the devil and let him flee, man. Because if you don't keep this thing going and pray on it, I mean, I know you use your word, but at the same time, you're trying to make a difference in your community. And don't give up, because when you give up, you're giving up on those people who are really don't talk about it, who are behind the scenes, who, like I said, taking notes, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You're a very knowledgeable brother. Just listening to you. If I didn't know you that much, I'm like, who is this brother? Man, you say you like to read books.
Mm-hmm.
One of the biggest things that turn me on is people who can read.
Right.
And if you reading and giving good knowledge, no matter what you're saying, that helps other folk who don't know.
Right.
Knowledge is power. I put that
Oh,
in the
man,
text
yeah.
earlier.
Oh,
Knowledge
yeah.
is power, brother. You'd be surprised how many people have not been exposed. Like I say, key words, exposed, values.
Mm-hmm.
You got to use these words and instill it in people's mindset. Oh man, don't get me on my soapbox. I'll be up 6 o'clock. But you got to realize, man, it's just you got to use those keywords and throw those keywords at these people. And some people don't want it, but then they'll go and sleep on it and go, maybe it makes sense. You damn right I make sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Because number one, if we gonna sit and bitch and moan about black this and black that, and then don't find solutions to our problem,
Right.
you ain't gonna never grow.
True.
And then how you gonna pass this down? You gonna pass that kind of behavior down to your generation?
And that's the problem.
Generation? I look at your podcast as being a cycle breaker.
Mm-hmm. And that's the whole point behind
you
it.
You got to be able to break the cycle, man. Because if you're gonna have people still in this same old rut, like I said, these other cultures is gonna play you like a fool.
And they're already
They're gonna
doing
play
it.
you like a fiddle, bro.
Yep.
And you gotta educate our younger generation, because even though they're not old enough to listen to the stuff, at least their parents can give them something that they heard.
Mm-hmm.
Knowledge and words, are very powerful. I'm finding out as I get older.
Oh yeah.
And so you doing what you're doing, share y'all doing what y'all doing. Don't let those people come and say, "Oh, y'all just putting on the front."
Oh
Man, there's no such thing to me as no front when you're telling the truth.
Yeah.
Well, I look at it
You're
like Cat Williams. If you ain't got no haters, you're not doing something.
Exactly.
So I just feel like they haters.
Exactly. If you ain't got no haters, you ain't doing nothing.
Yep.
I heard that on my Facebook page. If you ain't got no haters, then something's wrong with you.
Yep.
Something's wrong with you. Ain't nobody listening to you. You ain't got no haters, man. Nobody want nothing part of you. So everybody wants to be knows that I want haters now. And I'm like, what? And when I first heard that, I'm like, what do you? And then I felt that it made perfect sense. If you got some haters, man, you quite a few admirers.
And then the one thing they say, imitation is a sign of flattery.
Oh
so
yeah.
If you want to imitate me, go right ahead.
Knock yourself out.
Exactly.
Knock yourself out.
Exactly.
But
so keep on doing what you're doing. Try not to stay up at 6.
Nah, that's why I'm say, hey, let's wrap. I gotta go now.
You know how we are.
Some of us are off next week. This week. Some of us is off this week. Some of us is not. So we gotta go and wrap this on. Now, good talking to you, bruh. Good jewels that you dropped. And we will meet this time hopefully next week.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. So Mike, man, I appreciate you calling in, man. I appreciate your insight. I always have.
I'm gonna support my family and do what I gotta do. Y'all keep it up.
Oh, don't worry, we will, man. I'll get at you later.
Okay, talk to you later.
All right, good night. Good night.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, well, babe, what do you think?
I agree. It's like it's very inspirational to hear two black men hold a conversation about the state of the black family, first of all.
Yeah.
And secondly, both of you were dropping some genuine jewels.
Mm-hmm.
I hope this podcast reaches out to the masses so they can know that there are some out here who still care. Because a lot of people don't think people care anymore.
Well,
black women are black men.
I agree with you on that, man. But, I get on the sisters and the brothers. I don't care, man, because, they both got to do some work. You know what I mean? You got people you got brothers out there, like you said, that just, slinging ding-a-ling all over the place and just leaving babies all over the place and I won't take care of them.
Do they not know they gonna have to answer that either way? You gonna have to answer that with your children.
Oh
Or
yeah.
you gonna have to answer with the Most High.
Exactly.
You gonna have to.
You gonna have to
to
answer.
it.
You gonna answer somebody eventually, man. Because
But
like
my
if that
thing is,
child,
what you gonna say?
yeah, exactly. Because when that child gets older, he the first thing he gonna say. Because I did it with my pops, man. Where the hell was you at? You know,
Yep.
you knew where I was. I mean, come on. I ain't moved in 14 years, so you know, come on. What's the deal?
Wow, that's crazy.
But anyway, but yeah, that was an interesting take on that, man. Because I had to get the point of view of a person that's actually been
Living
married
it.
for a minute and
Living
living
it,
exactly
yeah.
what we're talking about, you know. And you know, like I said, you know, this lovely woman sitting across from me, man. That's my heart right there, y'all. I know I get on the nerves sometimes. Believe me, I know. But
Oh, what you talking about?
see, there you go. There you go.
But it's just like I said, I don't think I would want to get in a relationship where everything's supposed to just be peachy
Well,
and keen.
I tell people all the
No,
time, man.
not
If,
at all.
I tell people all the time, man. If you have a relationship where y'all don't argue about something, somebody lying.
And we don't really argue. You know, I just tell you how it is, and then you tell me how it is, and we like,
No, you're right. We don't really argue. You know what? That's not really
you
an
said
argument.
what you said, I said what
You know, that's not really an argument, man. You know, but you know, we do have disagreements. I ain't gonna even lie. You know,
yeah, we do.
We
but
do have disagreements.
At least we can communicate.
Exactly.
To
You
come
know,
to a medium.
exactly. We talk about the shit. That's what
Yeah.
you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
And I think that people would eliminate a lot of problems if they just shut the hell up and talk to each other. Don't talk over each other. Don't talk at each other. Talk to each other. You let that person say what they have to say, and if you have a difference of opinion, you give your difference of opinion.
And that's warranted because you're not gonna think like I do, and I'm not gonna think like you do.
Yeah, exactly.
But you might say something, and I'd be like, "Oh, okay," and I definitely gonna say something you gonna want to know.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. I'd be lying to you if I said you didn't. Shit, you know. Hell.
But that's just life. So I mean, I pray for us every day. I pray for the black culture. It's just so detrimental to hear that other cultures think that they can just steal now. Like you said, this still bothers me. I know you guys probably gonna get tired of me saying this. To think that we're 3/5 of a human.
Oh yeah.
And that they can just treat us anyway, kill us, put their hands on us, spit on us, call us out our name, and we supposed to be okay with that.
Well, let me say this about that right there.
Disgusting.
Let me say this about that right there. As if black people, excuse me, damn, my throat scratchy. If black people would just remain slaves and just let white people do whatever the hell that they want to do with us, we wouldn't be in the situation we're in right now. I'm just being real with you. If we didn't fight back and just took whatever licks they were giving us, there would not be a problem. I can promise you that. But anyway, and Dr. Kaba Comedy said something really, really profound in one of the Hidden Colors movies. He said, black people don't have a problem.
No.
White people got a problem. And white people's problem is black people.
And that's what I don't understand why. I don't understand why. Y'all think y'all superior. Y'all been
You're
superior. You want to think you're superior.
And you're not.
What's the problem?
Yeah.
You're the majority. Well, used to be. Now that's coming apart because
And they know it.
the white woman done tipped out, and the white man done tipped out
Oh,
too.
hell yeah.
So y'all not the majority. So what's the problem? You did this to yourself. Did nobody do this to you? You've been doing it to other people for many, 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 many centuries.
No doubt.
Now that your stance is becoming stagnant or evaporating, whose fault is that?
Exactly. It ain't my fault y'all women like to ride this old pole. Shit.
Or the English pole,
Or
or the
whatever.
Mexican pole, or the Asian pole.
Or whatever pole they riding. But anyway,
they not pure white.
they sure ain't.
So whose fault is that?
But yeah, that's true. But anyway, baby, as usual, really, really, really good show.
Absolutely.
Really good show.
Very good, nice comeback to be gone for 2 weeks to come in with something.
Oh man,
A
yeah.
powerful show.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it, man. So, hold on, to put the QR code up so y'all scan the show.
Absolutely. Tell a friend, tell a friend.
Oh, yeah.
Hit
Oh,
the
yeah.
notification button so
yeah.
you can know we're live.
Subscribe.
Or post to this new show. Any ideas, please email.
Oh yeah. And I check it every other week, man. So to see if anybody has any compliments and anything like that. And most of the reviews that we get are pretty positive. So that's a good thing. And like I said, the audience is slowly but surely growing, which is exactly what we want. So, and just on a side note, ladies and gentlemen, the website is going to be up hopefully, at the latest of the middle of next month. So y'all can go in there and get the Melanated Thought merch. We're going to have T-shirts. We're going to have hoodies. We're going to have mouse pads, pins, all that shit. So definitely get the merch, man. We'd appreciate that. And that's about it. It's booty grabbing time, y'all.
Just got the phone, my brother. Ain't that something? Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I'm all right.
Yeah. She's all right. She just gets a. You know what? I mean, I tell people this all the time. Do I grab my wife's butt? Yes, I grab it often, and she knows it. But but the second I stop, she gonna think something's wrong.
Absolutely. Who else asked you grab it?
Exactly.
You ain't grabbed mine in a couple of days.
Exactly. So
Right.
I mean, and secretly she likes it. So yeah. See, told you. Anyway, y'all, I'm Reggie, y'all.
I'm Mimi the lady.
We out.
Bye.